Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hi.
to Barovia.
Hi!
We're here. We're having the second episode of our Curse of Strahd playthrough, where we are joined by our lovely players. And before we get into any of our shoutouts or anything like that, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to the players. Val, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
No, I'm never first. Hi, Val, me. They, them, also me. I play... I play Penance, who uses he, they pronouns, and who is a tiefling blood hunter because, hey, I'm gay. And that's the reason I'm giving. I'm going to go now. Goodbye.
Okay, and after that absolute smash bomb of an intro, Immy, do you want to introduce yourself and your character?
Is Burrty not next?
No, it's Discord order. You're next. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Alright, in Discord order, I would be next.
Oh, that's
but
weird.
it's
On
fine.
the video screen, you guys are reversed. Yeah, fuck.
Anyway, hi, I'm Immy, I use she, they pronouns, and I play Fallon Parturnak, a shadow magic sorcerer lady who uses she, her pronouns. Also gay. I don't know if that's relevant to anything about my character, but I just thought I'd add it. Also, we have SHISAM socials. We have a Twitter, a TikTok, and you obviously are here on our Twitch. Twitter is @SHOWISAMimic. You can follow us for updates about upcoming content, to be notified when we stream, and for other behind-the-scenes things.
Sounds good. Burrty, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, vile villains! Hi, I'm Burrty the Bard, also known as Burrty the Bard on our social medias, and mainly TikTok. And I'm playing Murtog Tallheart, or Murtog Tallheart, depending on what time of day you catch him at. He is a Rune Knight fighter, so he gets real big on occasion. And he's a gnome, so he's real small most of the time. That was all mixed up. My pronouns are he, him, and so are Murtog's. His sexuality is a mystery to everyone and myself.
That's I'll give you that one. That's 100% accurate. All right, thank you for introducing your guys' characters, everybody. I appreciate that.
That's something I often think about when I make a character.
That's fair.
Just like the phrasing of, like, it's a mystery. I'm like, ooh, mystery.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I should also... There's me. Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm also known as Obsidian Olive everywhere on the internet. If I seem a bit scattered today, I am the Dungeon Master, and also the Stream Runner, and also the Music Mixologist, and also a good-looking guy. But yeah, so...
My computer's down there, so I can't stream with it.
It is okay, Burrty. You won't be back
it's
next week.
It's in bits.
But if I am more wrong than normal this week, that is why. Other than that, though, I hope we all have a whole lot of fun. We have a couple of shout-outs that we would like to give at the beginning of every episode that we do. Hey, Immy, I hear there's something about, like, a red bubble or something like that. I don't, is it a blue soap? Red bubble? What are we looking at here?
It is a red bubble. It has loads of SHISAM merch on it, like this notebook that Burrty is lovingly modeling, and maybe Aaron will model stickers also. There are notebooks, stickers, mugs, everything you could want. Chester, our show mimic, is there for you to look at, and stick on whatever you would like.
And then we have two very, very special people that we also like to shout out. Burrty, would you like to give a shout out?
Our music comes from Arcane Anthems and Arcane Anthems and Music D20. Yeah, they are both fantastic people. Also, Aaron, we can't hear it because you minimized the application.
Did I? I will unminimize the application. There we go. Is that
Okay.
better? Much better.
Yeah. So you can find both of those creators at their Patreons. They both supply their music for people to use in all of their creative endeavors. With Weston, you don't need to do anything. You just gotta... You can just use it. And he lets you use it. But, you know, give him a shout out if you do that. And with Music D20, you just gotta subscribe to his Patreon and you can use all his music in in your creative endeavors. They're both fantastic people, wonderful community members.
The current
Moving
track is Autumn on the Ramparts by Music D20, and I think it's very nice. It's like a calm track.
Will Savino.
Will Savino, yes. Also, something that we like to say at the beginning of these episodes, because we're playing Curse of Strahd, which is a notoriously not friendly, not viewer-friendly module. That's what I was looking for. We like to give a content warning at the beginning of every episode. This program may contain themes that some viewers might find upsetting or triggering, such as graphic depictions of violence, harsh language, murder, torture, manipulation, blood, and gore. If that is not your speed, it is totally okay to take the L on this one. We have plenty of friends who also play D&D, who also do streams, and if their content is more your speed, it's okay to not be around if you're not as comfy with the whole evil themes. Because that is something, as you'll notice in the tags of this stream, is all of my players are playing evil characters, kind of, maybe, hopefully. That's what we set up for. But yeah, so if you are ever uncomfortable in the stream, feel free to get up, grab a glass of water, maybe pop into a different stream for a little bit. That is A-okay. Not true for the players, though. You guys just have to let me know if you're uncomfy. You guys have to stick around. You're contractually obligated. Otherwise,
And if you don't want to watch this campaign, still stay up to date with this show's Mimic, because this will be followed by another campaign, which will be a lot more lighthearted, probably.
Maybe. Probably.
It's gonna be spectacular.
I'm gonna game end myself.
That's unfortunate. Anyway, going into it, I think that's every single shout out we've done. We did them all. We did the shout outs, we did the introductions, we did the things. Let's get into a recap for last week. So, unfortunately, last week our episode was cut short due to technical difficulties, but before that, we got a decent amount into the story, in that we had our 3, to call them heroes would be a misnomer, individuals shackled to posts at the top of a hill, bound with their wrists above their heads and their items taken from them. They were attacked by some sort of small demonic twig creatures that were quickly dispatched of between bolts of fire and massive halflings barefootedly smashing them into the ground.
I'm a gnome.
Sorry, gnome.
Racist.
I apologize. That's valid. You smashed them into the ground, destroying these twig blights. You gathered your things, introduced yourselves to each other, and without much further options, walked down this dreary, depressing, mist-ridden road, eventually finding your way into this steep valley full of these too close together trees and slinking shadows. It was all a bit oppressive, until eventually on the road you heard footsteps, hoofbeats. You pulled off to the side, and what passed you was a skeletal rider, a skeleton aboard a skeletal horse. You let it be and kept on your way, eventually running into a man named, I believe, pull up the notes because the DM was here, Radu, who introduced himself as a hunter and said that it was not a good idea to travel in Barovia at night.
Welcome to Barovia.
Welcome to Barovia.
Look.
He beckoned you off the side of the road towards his camp to give you somewhere safe to rest. However, this was a ruse to see if you had any silver weaponry upon you, as his partner, Karina. Remember when I said I'm scattered? I'm a little scattered today. His partner, Karina, came out in full werewolf form, revealing them both to be werewolf shifters who were cornering you to kill and eat you. However, with some well-timed transformations by the party's blood hunter and a little bit of charm magic from the sorcerer, you were able to evade death and convince the werewolves to leave you be and return home. However, that spell is quickly fading. You have returned to the main road off of the side of the forest. It is still dark, and the sorcerer has a feeling that she has maybe about a half an hour of a charmed person left before these two werewolves realize that they were indeed charmed. You were told that the human settlement of Krezek was nearby. What are the three of you doing?
Did they give us like a travel time?
No, they did not. They said relatively nearby.
A direction.
They did give you a direction. They told you to continue on the road that you are currently on.
Okay then. So I'm headed to Krezik. And I'm gonna start walking off towards down the road.
I think that's a good idea. Do you think at any point we should, introduce ourselves to each other? I haven't actually learned either of your names.
I'm Murtog.
Oh, hello, Fallon.
Oh, pleased to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I'm Penance.
Good.
Meet you, fellow strung up on post people.
Fellow criminals, I think is what the mayor of Moorfield said. Good, I remember the name of the town.
You did remember the name of the town. Good for you.
So, what are you in for?
Well, it's calling out so much.
What are you in
me?
for?
Oh! Well, long story. Do you want the real story, or what I would like to tell you what happened?
Honestly, either is fine by me. Whichever you prefer.
Short version, slept with the mayor of Moorfield's wife. Long version, also murdered a few people.
You know, that was fun. I liked that.
I personally disagree with the term criminal. Crimes are inventions made by the weak to make up for the fact that they are weak.
Right.
That being said, I killed 18 guards.
Okay. I have the feeling you'll be more impressed with my body count than with anything else I say to you.
Probably, yes. Although I have to say, it's not what you think. I didn't just kill 18 guards for the sake of it. My herd had just finished sacking a town and killing everyone there. And then they had the audacity to chase us into the mountains. I did what I had to do.
Very rude of them.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So you killed
Slowly
18 of them.
Ah.
Yeah, I took 18 of them down before they managed to bring me down. I was in my big form at the time.
Uh-huh.
Stay with you with a herd.
Yes, I was raised by Goliaths.
You're a guy? You're quite small.
Murtog just looks up at you like you're an idiot.
Uh-huh.
And then continues walking.
Okay.
Gonna assume not a Goliath.
Tiny one. Just a tiny Goliath.
Does Fallon
He
know
might
what a
have
Goliath looks like?
dwarfism.
Fallon, do you know what a Goliath
They
looks
could
like?
have small.
Can we roll or something?
Let me roll for that. I'm gonna roll a d4. Evens is yes, odds is no. I do not know what a Goliath
Okay,
is.
sounds good.
No clue. Just
From
I think
context
he's just
of
gonna-
the name, I assume you can assume they're large.
yeah. I think from the context of you getting like 10 feet tall, she's gonna be like, okay, so that's a Goliath, like the big version of you.
Goliaths are giant humanoids. They have grey skin with black markings that tell their future.
Okay. And you're not one then?
No, I'm a gnome.
Okay. But you have a herd of Goliaths that you're with.
And?
I'm just trying to work out what your situation was before
Wasn't
you
gonna be
got
raised by
banished. Your crimes.
Wussy gnomes, was I?
Well, I'm just trying to make conversation here. It's a longish. I don't know how long the walk is. We've been walking for a while.
Fallon, with that, you would know at this point, maybe a quarter of the time left on your spell.
Speaking of walking, we should hurry up. Those werewolves are not going to be pleased with me when they realise what I did.
I'm gonna go into a full sprint at 50 feet per round.
That's actually an interesting point.
That's-
Have you told your party at this point that you've charmed the werewolves? Because I don't think
No,
that as of
I
the
just
end of
said-
last session.
I did
Okay.
not explicitly tell them I just said we need to go.
Okay.
What's the rush?
So as you managed with the fire things, sorcerer, do magic, I might have cast a little charm person spell on the two of them to make them more receptive to what Penance was talking to them about so they wouldn't kill us. However, the spell only lasts for an hour, and when it wears off, I imagine they're going to be pretty pissed that I did a spell on them, so we don't want to be in the woods when that happens.
Yeah, we should start walking faster. They're definitely gonna kill us. That was really funny, though.
Is this often how you resolve conflicts?
With what? Magic?
With this, talky. I liked the fire thing. That was cool, but this whole talky thing, no.
I think talking can be just as effective as fighting. You do
You
not
sound
agree
weak.
with me.
Let's go.
Okay.
Just gonna look at Penance with just that
It's just
one of us is going to
amusing.
kill each other soon.
It's just amusedly watching this happen. Like, interesting. All right, figuring out deals.
Valid. With that, you guys have all begun to set off at this point, walking. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. 15 minutes pass. And now I begin to do some things that I like to roll for.
Oh,
Don't-
I'm not fast. I'm not a quick boy. They're gonna catch up.
We had a half an hour head start.
You did have a half an hour head start, and they were headed in not the opposite direction, but a perpendicular direction. So, we'll see. I got to roll secretly, though, so who knows. However,
Aaron has to calculate pi now.
yeah, I have to go. It's the hypotenuse is a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
I
Thank
wish
God
I was
for-
high on pot news.
That's valid. Let's see here. But you begin to travel along the road, and it was cold when you arrived. That was actually the first thing you had noticed, is that there's this bone-chilling, wet cold to the area. But now it's been a few hours of night, and with that, it's every breath is just cold, icy vapor leaving your lungs. You feel oppressed by the countryside around you, and actually, I'm gonna need each of you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I grew up in the mountains.
You did. I'll give you advantage.
And
on
my
the Constitution
armor,
saving.
yeah, my armor would be like fur-lined.
Do any of you have resistance to cold damage?
I have resistance to heat damage.
Well, that's the opposite of this.
Yeah.
Constitution?
Yes, Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20, 26.
If I have proficiency in Constitution, do I add anything?
Yes, you add your proficiency bonus and your Constitution.
Cool. I'm
Do you
new
have
to this.
proficiency in Constitution?
We're new.
Yes, I
players.
do have.
Yeah,
I do
sorcerers
have
are
proficiency in
Constitution,
Constitution.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just checking. It's been a while since I played this also.
Nice.
Sorcerers go. love sorcerers.
So that's a 21.
Okay, and then Val? What did Penance get?
13.
13, okay. So, Fallon, Murtog, you both bundle yourself up. Grateful that the Judge of Moorfield left you guys your clothes. Penance, you're cold, but you pull through it. It was not a high DC, but it was one of those things of if you'd been a little bit more sensitive to the elements, that might have had a bit more of a lasting effect on you. You begin
He's just wearing a deep V top, and he's like, you know what? No, aesthetic or death. I'll either freeze to death, but I'll look good doing it.
It's valid. You continue to walk for another 5, 10, 15 minutes. It's been about a half an hour since your guys' conversation. At this point, there's been random spatterings of talk as you've moved, but you haven't encountered anything. Nothing like the odd skeleton that even now is... You can still see the deep pits of its eyes whenever you think about it. And
You keep mentioning the skeleton.
you occasionally will hear cracks in the branches around you, and it's those moments of stopping and panic. But you don't see any werewolves, no sign of Radu or Corina. And you keep moving. And after 45 minutes since you've left the werewolves, you come to a branch in the road, the trees almost backing off to give this more of a clearing style area. And in this branch, you realize that the mists have lightened up, and in one section, the branch goes off maybe a half a mile in a straight line, and it's dark and cold, and you see the mist swirling, but no sign of light, no visuality that direction. But you look to your right, or your left, directions. To your left. And you see that there's this amber glow that direction. That given a few moments to look that direction, you can see that the road branches north and climbs a rocky hill that ends in a gatehouse, it looks like. Maybe 20-foot tall stone wall surrounding some large encampment or village. You can see the tops of snow-dusted pines over it with thin wisps of smoke mixing with the amber light of what looks like fires and lanterns over the top of it into the fog. And then for just a moment, you all hear a dong, dong, dong. And your eyes are drawn to the back right-hand side of the village, where you can see there's a hill with a switchback path going up it, lights along each corner of it that leads to an unlit but still visible from the ambient glow, desiccated. It looks like some sort of holy building, like a church or an abbey, where the bell is tolling from. You assume, probably, that village is Krezik, the one you were told about from the werewolves.
Well, looks like it's left then.
Let's see if they have any silver weapons we can steal.
Or we could ask for them.
Ah, yes. Lifts up his sword. Ask for them. I see what you mean, yes.
It's not that fancy.
We need to come up with some sort of go word and no word for Murtog. Like, mayonnaise means no. Let's go, sort of deal, because otherwise I think we're gonna have serious issues going in.
Okay, you can say those things all you want. I will listen to them or ignore them as and when I see fit.
Look on it!
Yes, I think.
What was the yes one? Sorry.
Mayonnaise!
I thought mayonnaise was no. What's the no one then?
Cider. Cider was go, mayonnaise
Cider was
no.
go. Okay, cool.
Why those two words? Do you have the entirety of the English language? Why cider and mayonnaise?
Two staples of the English diet.
Because Yeah.
Definitely have those on a
Aaron.
daily basis. I remember it
Yeah.
just like that I am brown.
Yeah, but
and I'm the only
how
one.
abundant are they in
Mayonnaise? Not at
Barovia?
all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit at all.
Oh my god, how are we going to survive in this land without mayonnaise?
No, that's it. I'm out. Strahd, let's go.
Actually,
I'm
probably
getting the
no
portal out
cider
of
either.
here.
Now that I think about it, because there's no apple trees.
My god.
Perfect. My god, it's like Murtog and Penance are out. I'm like, no. Has to be a word we wouldn't normally say. So, like, we can't just say silver, the go word, because otherwise he'll be like, yeah.
No, but you know what? Just randomly saying cider in the middle of a conversation isn't suspicious.
It's less suspicious than him pulling out a dagger and trying to stab them.
I don't have any daggers. He takes out like a hand axe. All these weapons seem too large for him, but
You know what? We're probably wasting time. Let's just hedge our
Let's
bets
just go.
and see if they have any silver we can.
Murtog, if you start attacking people, I'm just going to claim not to know you.
Fallon,
sounds good.
as you say that sentence to Murtog, you once again hear the shifting in the wind of branches, the of branches. And for a moment, you look off, thinking you'd see the striking white-blue eyes of the werewolves. But no, there's nothing. And then you look down the road, the other direction to the right. And for just a second, you swear you see. No, that can't be right. You watch yourself walk off into the darkness.
Okay. That's unsettling. Not gonna mention this to the other two. Just gonna keep walking into town.
Okay. Fallon, you take off. The other two, I'm assuming, follow towards this town. And as you're approaching, you can almost feel this heaviness. Something about this area, it's not right. And you feel like there's something about that abbey, that building up on top of the hill, that every once in a while your eyes will just get drawn upwards towards it. It's like it's watching, waiting, commiserating. But you approach the high wall and you see in front of you, for Krezik, you can see that there are two square towers with peaked roofs that flank a stone archway, where there's these giant, probably 12-foot tall wooden doors, with iron strips across all of them. Murtog, with your knowledge of destroying settlements, probably something even you couldn't break by yourself, just given infinite amount of time. You can see that the walls that extend off of them still 20 feet high, and atop the parapet that goes over the archway, there are 4 figures dotted across it. As you approach, you see they're wearing fur hats with pale, sallow skin, and they're each clutching spears and looking off into the darkness. Are any of you attempting to not be seen, or are you just walking up the main road?
I'm personally walking at the main road unless anyone stops me.
Stealth. Well, he
Okay.
does that.
Penance, can you go ahead and roll a stealth check? Fallon, what are you doing?
I'm saying I'm just gonna walk because I look human and non-threatening.
That's valid. Okay.
Maybe.
Penance, what's the stealth check?
21.
21. Ooh, I actually have to check. They're massive because they rolled really high. So what's their perception?
Ah.
Let's see here. with that, their perception. Okay. So, you
I don't trust that.
begin to approach. And as you approach, you see one of them, the one off to the left, looks over at the other three and taps his spear against the stone wall. There's a king, king noise, almost like a quick little alarm as metal strikes stone. You there? Who are you? You hear come from the top of the parapets.
Us? Oh, hello. We're travelers.
We are harmless travelers. Can you let us through to the other side of your high defensible walls?
You say you are travelers. What brings you to Krezik?
We heard it was a nice town to spend the night.
A nice town to spend the night. And you come alone at night?
It was a very long walk from where we were. Coming at night was a little unavoidable. It just happened to be when we got here.
When you got here. So you are travelers
Yes,
then?
to Krezik. Yes. We've been travelling all day. We started in the daytime. Took us a long time to walk, and now it's nighttime. Didn't do this on purpose.
Penance. The road is about 10 feet wide, and there's about probably 15 feet on either side of clear space before it goes back into trees. Where are you hiding? Are you skulking in the darkness in the back? Are you off the side of the road? Are you in the trees? Where are you hiding?
Trees. Where are the trees again in the layout?
The trees are about 20 feet from your friends on either side, and about 15 feet back from the wall.
Darkness is further back. Trees are the kind of middle ground, and any further is getting closer to the wall. I'm gonna go to the trees to the side.
Okay. Which side, left or right?
Left.
Okay. Fallon. So you've kind of taken over talking here. And you see one of the guards off the third one over twitch for a second and look off into the woods. And he goes, "Demon!" And you see each of them immediately begin to reach down under and pull out short bows. Each of them looking off into the distance. You can see now at this point, all of them have noticed Penance, who at the time you hadn't been able to see, had just disappeared from the group. But in the darkness, horns curled is a threatening look, especially sneaking around for people who are not familiar with tieflings. So.
Oh no, they're with us. They were just looking at the foliage. Very interested in trees.
As they shout that, I'm gonna roll a reaction, or like not like reaction, like action, like economy, but like a reaction table to see if they are even going to be listening to you at this point in time, considering they see something very scaly. Okay. So with that, you see one of them has already begun to sprint down what looks like one of the parapets, and at this point, you see one of them kind of like listening to you while very nervously taking a spear and looking at it. The other two having pulled out short bows, and they're actually gonna roll to see if they've heard you. They have not. What's your AC, Penance?
17.
You have this moment where you fully were stepping between two trees, and in that moment, that's when you were seen. I'm going to give you half cover, so that's going to be +3 to your AC. So you hear as into the wood next to your head, 2 arrows on either side of you. And you hear dong, 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 as bells right within the wall begin to ring, and you hear a honk of a large horn being blown. And Fallon, you're explaining this, and the other two go, "Quickly, run away from the demons!" As he's like motioning for you two to run away. It seems as though not immediately threatened of the humanoid-looking figure and the small halfling, but the demon in the woods is scaring the shit out of them.
Gnome.
You are
Like
a
a gnome.
Ermaganurm.
No.
No. Penance, just come out of the shadows. You're not helping anything. Promise, they're with us. Not dangerous. Just very interested in foliage.
You, Penance, feel a moment as you're still behind the trees at this point. You feel the nat 20 that one of these guards got. As through the side of one of the trees, his arrow grazes through the bark into the side of your arm, you taking 7 points of piercing damage from the arrow.
Every session, Aaron tries to kill one of my characters.
Every single
In every
time.
game we've been in, you nat 20 on one of my characters.
It's not me,
God
it's the
damn it,
dice.
Aaron.
It's the dice, I swear to God. I roll attacks on Burrty all the time. I never roll nat 20s.
Just check his egg very quickly. No, not gonna use that. It's gonna be way too complicated. Gonna say... No! That!
You're cutting in and out.
Fine!
Oh, they're
What would
cutting
you
for you.
do?
They're fine for me.
Oh, okay.
As I
Just
said,
gonna
that they cut out for me.
Just gonna step out of the trees like, hey, I'm not a demon, I just like plants!
Please roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
You do look like a demon, in
You
fairness
do-
to them.
You do, and these are people. I want to give you for the audience. I want to give you guys reference. These are people who have never seen a tiefling. They have never seen anything that was not human. Think about how people would react.
This was a mistake.
This seems real. Yeah, what? Because you just haven't seen a tiefling before? You're gonna
Yeah.
try and kill me on sight?
If you lived in Barovia,
Yeah, Barovia's
yes,
full-
yes, you would.
Dicks.
The first people
13.
we met were werewolves that tried to eat us.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, you know, they're fine.
Yeah. So, what was your? I feel like I was gonna ask you to roll persuasion at disadvantage. I don't know if I actually asked you to do so.
I rolled a 13.
A 13. As you step out, I just like plants. There's a moment where one of them like begins to slowly put down his bow, and another one goes, "Don't listen to its lies. Keep firing!" And they're gonna keep firing arrows towards you. This time you've stepped out of half cover, but neither of them hit. As they begin to continue to fire arrows. Fallon, roll me a perception check real quick. Actually, Murtog, also roll me a perception check.
Come on, roll low.
Perception.
Roll low. Ah, beans.
With perception-y, that is a 15.
Okay.
That's a 21.
Both of you would hear the sounds of panic on the other side of the wall. You hear people beginning to awaken and shout, and you hear of boots hitting the ground, and it sounds like many more people are arriving. Murtog, with your 21, you have been part of your tribe for a very long time, of Goliaths. It sounds close to the size of the Horde, which was about 40 people strong. Fair warning. What are you doing?
Listen, I think Penance is dead. There's not a lot we can do at this point.
Murtog,
If-
shut up! Look, no, they just really like plants, not a demon. I've been traveling with them for days now, and they haven't done anything to hurt me, and I am a human just like you. Do you think they would come this far without killing me if they meant any humans any harm?
As you say that, you get the feeling that with the arguments that have been made thus far, they're doing that echo chamber panic, where they are ignoring the sensible voices. They are talking over each other, not communicating really, besides to continue to inspire fear in one another. And they're firing in Penance. At this point, I'll say you can probably fully have gotten behind trees to have full cover, if you'd like.
Listen! herd of panicked humans. This is a good demon that is here to save you from the werewolves.
Still being talked over at this point. At this point, you figure argument is not going to help. And you can hear more and more boots beginning to...
Can I do a thing?
Sure, Penance, what do you want to try?
I do use my Legacy of Dis and cast Disguise Self.
Can I, as they're doing that, can I cast Minor Illusion and create Penance's arrow-riddled body?
Okay. So, interesting. I'm gonna roll... Okay, first thing I'm gonna do...
My illusions are not good. My intelligence
First
is
thing I'm
+1.
gonna do is I'm gonna roll perception for the 3 guards that are currently on the parapets, because one went to get help and blow the horn. If I roll higher than a 15 for any of them, they're gonna see Murtog casting. I'm just gonna say 15 flat.
Can I cast dancing lights and make them fly in front of their faces?
Before this happens? Like as a
Sure.
distraction?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice sleight of
But
hand.
in like
Okay, okay.
in a non-threatening way, just like a trying to get their attention
There
kind of way, but
isn't-
on me.
Really a non-threatening way to do that here is the problem. Like, if
Can
you
I
want to do it
sleight
as
of
a
hand?
distraction, that's fine. I'll let that give Burrty. If you want to do it
Yeah.
as a distraction, it can be what gives Burrty a full sleight of hand roll.
Yes. Cause I'll also be just doing this and just being like, "Hello, please talk to me."
Remember that reaction table? I'm gonna be rolling on that real quick. Burrty, go ahead and take a full sleight of
Oh
hand.
no.
Because
I get advantage on sleight of hand checks because runes.
that's valid. That's fine. You can do your full sleight of hand. I was just gonna do base DC when it was just you casting, but yeah.
21.
21. Okay. So let's see here. So now they've got to be the 21 with their perception, of which they have a +5. To be straightforward.
We're fucked.
Fuck.
Okay. But they're at disadvantage because of the lights in their eyes, I'll say. Okay. So,
We're fucked.
Penance, what do you want to look like real quick?
I'm going to look like a human with blonde hair and space buns.
A human with blonde hair and space buns. Okay. Penance, you have a moment where you cast your spell and fully turn to look out of your little sheltered alcove between a couple of trees. And you see a moment where Fallon takes their hand and forces it forward, and these little of these ghastly, awful black-green
I
lights
forgot they
with
look
skulls
Fuck.
slowly, phantasmally coming out of them,
Barovia, shit.
blind the people on the parapets as Murtog casts this minor illusion. And Murtog, you know your minor illusions are not that good. You normally use them, you know, as you do. But for some reason, when you made
Gross
the form
gnome
of
magic.
a dead body, it looks so much more visceral and real and sickening. And even someone who has been on the battlefield, it's like you react how you want to react, but there is that involuntary little lurch of like, oh, that's not what I intended to make. That is
It shouldn't be this decomposed after that amount of time.
exactly. It's that level of your magic almost feels altered and a little darker from this area. And as they do that, you hear one of them cry, "Ah, they're attacking us!" And he just fully falls backwards off of the wall as these skull lights appear, and he's gonna take...
Oh no! Trying so hard.
1 down, 39 to go.
And as you're attacking, as these falling, you hear one of them go, "No, Mardu!" As he fucking like starts sprinting down, and you hear doof, 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 as people begin to like rush up the stairs, and you guys see the heads of like probably 10 to 15 people coming over the side of the wall to be on the parapet. Are you gonna stand where you are, or are you going to retreat?
So, just to clarify, real Penance is behind a tree in another looking human,
Yep.
dead body, floating lights.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna really loudly go in a more convincing tone than I'm currently able to do
Yep.
because I'm laughing. Oh no, they cast I don't know what to call them, skull lights before they died. That's creepy.
Not convincing. Not convincing in the slightest. This is the round where I'm gonna start making attacks with the people with short bows. That's why I'm just trying to give you guys fair lead. Are you wanting to
I
run
have
away?
really good persuasion.
You do. Okay, roll me persuasion at disadvantage. I'll use what they have already as their insight.
Cool, because I have a +6 to
You do
persuasion.
have +6. It's possible. But also remember, you're trying to convince 15 people, most of which you've scared the shit out of. Because all they know is their friend just went over the parapets. These people who are arriving.
So
Well, he's an
even
idiot.
at disadvantage, that is unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. So that's a 24
Yeah,
on their part.
Aw.
So
Oh.
that's unfortunate. But you do that, and you know, I'll roll for a couple. Yeah, a few of them
At
just
least
look
some-
confused. A few of them just like, what the fuck is going on? But there are a few, I'm gonna say half are gonna start making their attacks this round. If you guys would like to either run away, attack the villagers, blow something up, go invisible, I don't know what you guys can do. Let's see here.
I'm.
Couple of them are still
They know
firing
I'm there,
at
or
the
do they not
tiefling.
know?
They see the corpse of. Actually, it's a good point. You know what? Roll with your because your disguise stealth. I'm gonna have you re-roll stealth if you're still trying to hide in your disguise self, or are you wanting to be present in your disguise self?
I'll.
DC 11 intelligence investigation check to see through my illusion. Good luck with that.
I shit you not. I shit you not. 3, 6, 7, 4. I shit you not.
Fuck you. My illusion's the best.
This illusion is the greatest. I am going to be present in
Okay.
my form.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk out and it's like, please don't hurt them. He took us captive. We've been walking for days, and we don't know where we are right now. We were in this village, and then we went
Yeah.
through something, and I don't know where we are.
That's a new argument, and I'll give you a roll for that. But first, it just occurred to me, Fallon, you have to physically cast with somatic and verbal components when you cast, and you made no attempt to stealth your casting. So attempting to like push off the skull lights on the dead demon is probably not working. It's just occurred to me. So I'm gonna put Penance's Persuasion DC 22 at disadvantage. Because
Feel free to say no to this.
What's up?
This is a new class for Immy.
Mhm.
Could we retroactively subtle spell?
Okay. Are you looking at someone's character sheet like you were instructed not to do?
No, I'm not. I just know what Immy
Okay.
can do.
Okay. Immy, if you would
Oh,
like
do you
to
have
subtle
subtle
spell,
spell?
though,
Yeah.
that's
I do
fine.
have subtle spell.
Okay, if you would like to spend the sorcery points to retroactively subtle spell the dancing lights, that's fine.
Yes, please.
Okay. That's totally chill. You can do that. So Penance at normal persuasion.
Which is still probably gonna be like 20.
Fallon's smart enough for subtle
Disadvantage?
spell.
No, just normal. The subtle spell canceled out the disadvantage.
Oh. In which case, I got 19.
19,
Plus 3, so 21.
20. That is literally one below the DC that I had just did. I am so sorry. It's that thing of like if one of you had like a calm emotion spell or something like that, but unfortunately this is just one of those things where trying to convince these people who have lived a life of superstition and fear when just crazy shit is happening, unfortunately they're not going to be listening to you guys anytime soon, and I am going to go ahead. I had said previously I was rolling attacks. I will say that persuasion is good enough to have them not firing on you specifically right now, Penance. So the 4 attacks I'm going to make, 2 are going to go at Fallon, 2 are going to go at Murtog.
Why are you attacking me? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, but you're present and also are kind of creepy looking.
As
Let's
far as
see.
I'm aware, I'm a child wearing armor and with a shield and sword.
That is so fucking creepy. For
I'm like a
people.
toddler wearing armor.
Oh wait, 19 plus 3 is 22. Crooklocket just realized that you did in fact hit the DC. Shout out to Crooklocket.
Oh.
None of us did math there.
Do bad.
So you
Fuck
did
you,
hit the
Aaron.
DC.
Get fucked.
I will say again, I've already rolled the attacks. Those are still gonna go through. Murtog, you're the only one who got hit. That's it.
my AC is 18.
Yeah, this was a 19 plus 2 or
Okay,
plus 3,
cool.
something like that.
You
But-
cocklock.
plus 4. Okay.
What's the damage?
I rolled minimum damage, so you're only gonna take 3 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
But as you say that, you hear one of the soldiers begin shouts, "Wait! Wait!" And I'm gonna see how well the crowd rallies.
Can I just make a mental note of the one that shot me?
Yeah, you know what? Actually,
Cool.
fuck it. Let's see here. Let me pull from my list of NPCs. You see a dude with like dirty brown hair and like a pointed, almost like goatee, like a yellow goatee. Who's like a little shorter than the rest of them, he's got a fucking smirk on his face versus the terror that everyone else has.
I'm gonna eyeball him and pull the arrow out.
Okay, I'm gonna write down this specific NPC. Shot Murtog. Okay, at Krezik. Cool. So, with that, I rolled 2d20s to see like how well, like I was rolling halves of the soldiers, and I rolled a 1 and a 20. So as she yells "wait," this woman with like tied back black hair and just like fucking designer eye bags, just absolutely Gucci cheekbones eye bags, yells this. There's gonna be one more round of attacks from the other 5 that are up on the parapets because they did not listen to her. Let's see, that's a 1. Actually. Okay.
No. Oh no.
No,
Oh no.
That's funny.
So,
No.
Fallon, you're gonna go ahead and get hit for, again, minimum 3 points of piercing damage. But,
What?
so there was this...
Aaron,
What's up?
you cut out because you were turned away from the microphone.
When you turned away, you went real quiet.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so what happened was, let me come back because the stream heard me because Discord stupid audio thing. What I was saying was I rolled, so half of the group listened to her immediately, backed off. The other half I rolled 1 for, and they did not, so a round of attack still went through. Several of them released arrows, then striking the mud and the ground. Murtog, you're doing that thing where you just lazily can sit behind your shield because it's so much bigger than you. I'm going to say, actually, Murtog, special action with your giant-ass shield. When you're in your small form, if you want to use your full action to just plant it in the ground in front of you, I'll give you full cover. I'll give you full cover. But Fallon,
shield.
One of them strikes through, dealing 3 points of piercing damage to you. And Penance, as you're looking up at the area, one of them takes his bow, fires it, and I guess it was like rotting wood in the arrow or something, because the poundage of the bow shatters it, and it like splinters everywhere. And he goes, "Ah, my eyes!" As he just starts bleeding out of the face from firing the arrow.
Unfortunate.
But with one more call, yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, all of them begin to slowly back off as they're all seated at the top of the parapets. And at this point, there's almost like an unreasonable stillness, as there are just arrows littering the ground around you.
People here are terrible shots. We could probably kill them all really easily.
Murtog.
I'm saying this quietly, by the way.
Hi.
What do you want?
We were kind of kidnapped for a bit, so hiding, but then you killed the kidnapper, which thank you. That was really nice. Well, I mean, not nice, but you know, it made our whole situation a lot easier. And yeah, we just don't really know where we are. Hi again.
That is unfortunate. You see the woman with the eye bags looks down at you. Her face is sallow and cold. Let me speak to the burgomaster. Make sure that thing is disposed of before I am back.
As they say that, my illusion fades as a minute passes.
Has it been a minute? Because
I'm gonna give you a 10-second warning, Burrty, that it's gonna be 10 more seconds before it goes away.
Okay.
Yes, and Immy, you have a thing.
If I just so I have permission to do this, I'm just going to burn the body, because I have, just so it goes away completely. Is that okay with you? I promise I'm not
At this point, she has
attacking.
stopped listening and has fully just started to walk away,
Cool.
disregarding what you're saying.
Cool.
Murtog, I'm gonna give you
Fallon's
10
gonna
seconds.
go over and fire.
Yeah, that thing's about to go.
I will say.
Cool. I'm just gonna walk over really quickly and just fire.
Okay. I will also say, Murtog, you are behind full cover, so if you want to recast it without them seeing, that's fine, because they can't see you.
If I see that Fallon's gonna go and because it still lasts a minute. Once they let us inside, I can't keep casting it.
No, yeah, I'm just letting you know right now to keep up the illusion. If you want to continue to cast it, I will allow you because you are behind full cover.
If Fallon does the fire, I will.
Okay.
Let it dissipate.
So Fallon, what are you doing for the fire?
Gonna turn my back to the wall. I have a tinderbox. I do have a tinderbox. I'm gonna take my tinderbox out of my pocket and be striking, and then as I'm striking, cast firebolt and burn the ground, and hopefully at the same time Murtog decapitates the thing. I'm like, incinerated instantly. How fun.
One of the two of you, with advantage, because you're both kind of working on this illusion together, make me your choice of an Arcana or Persuasion check. Or, actually, no, Arcana or Deception.
I'm gonna let Fallon take this, because I'm
Arcana
neither smart
or...
nor charismatic.
Arcana or Deception?
Or Deception, either one.
Add advantage or disadvantage.
Add advantage because you guys are working together for this.
Excellent, because my Deception is +6.
Mine's -1. Although I get advantage on Deception as standard from runes.
23.
23. Easily enough, you flick the tinderbox, and you two together are able to make, even though none of the villagers realize that they do not really feel the heat from this, a massive flare-up of fire magic, almost is what it looks like, as the body of Penance, which Penance, looking down on this, the illusion should not have been this good, but looking down, you can see your own corpse charring and burning, and you see, even though it shouldn't have been this far along in its decomposition, you can see bits of it spatter as the moisture inside immediately incinerates. And it's very disconcerting to see yourself die wreathed in flames. As you know, your body doesn't burn that easily. But with that, I'm going to say, let me roll this. They all rolled sub 10, so cool for me. I'm going to be using different d20s.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Do you want to keep using those?
I think you should keep using those d20s, Aaron.
I'm going to grab some other d20s, actually.
It's a shame.
I'm going to grab those.
How long has it been during this confrontation? How long?
Maybe 5 minutes have passed at this point.
Cool. No doubt.
Okay. Because you have an hour on your disguise self, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Cool. Enough time to get inside a room.
Enough
time to hide this.
Let's see here. I'm going to, give me just a moment, pull up some notes. That is the wrong set of notes. Good job, DM.
What color is Penance? Penance is red, right?
This is white, like skeletal white.
Okay.
In terms of the actual body.
That's not that bad. If we can cover those horns, then we can pass you off as just pale.
Yeah, definitely. What color are the eyes again on Penance?
They wear sunglasses.
Red. I wear red sunglasses.
That's valid.
But the actual eyes are black and red.
Yeah, I was like, they don't have a traditional sclera, so you're gonna have to cover those. But you have the sunglasses. That's
albino.
Yes.
As a few moments have passed, you can see now that on top of the parapets, they can fit maybe 20 people, but all of you just standing there waiting can hear the sounds of much more milling about behind the gate. People still looking at you hostilely. But as you look up, can I get an insight check from each of you?
10.
Fallon and Penance?
Insight. Oh, I added it up wrong. 17.
Okay.
Saucy 20.
Penance and Fallon, as you look up, and it makes sense Murtog wouldn't catch this because Murtog's not as concerned with the opinions of sheep.
I'm also looking at everyone's knees from my point.
Well, you can't actually see their knees because they're up on the parapets. You can only see torso up.
Oh, right, yeah.
But you look up and you see that the people here are, even though there's fear in their eyes, every other emotion seems almost muted for them. The anger that you see is a little less than you would expect, even having convinced them that you were not an immediate threat. You see, they just seem flat, almost as people. They seem lifeless. Not in the way of necrotic magics or evil sorcery, but just in the way of these people seem to only exist as fear and nothing else. But after a few moments of milling about, a few of them leave the parapets, leaving 10 people stationed with their short bows still drawn and pointed. And eventually the woman comes back, leading a very short man, maybe 5'4", hunched over, brown skin with a white curled beard that kind of comes down in chops, and then there's like the slightest hint of a mustache over the top of it. White eyebrows, hunched, I think almost like brown bald Quasimodo, but not with all the facial things, like that same like stature. And he comes
Hunchback
walking.
is the word you're looking for.
I'm looking for hunchback. Yeah, I couldn't find the word, and then I said Quasimodo. And I was like, my brain found it. And
Your brain remembered Quasimodo, not Hunchback.
yes, that's how it works. It's called autism.
Remember what I told you.
Called autism. He looks down on you, and his face is just one of disgust and tiredness. I hear you are travelers.
Yes, we were, like my friend said, we were kidnapped by the demon. But thanks to you and your guards, they're dead now, so...
So that means you can go on your way.
Is it too much to ask to shelter in your village for the night? Before we go on our way?
I introduce myself. I am Burgomaster Dmitry Kreskov. And you come to me in the middle of the night. You come to me.
Yes.
And you ask me to kill a man.
I mean, we didn't have any control over when we arrived here. Kind of just happened.
Speak up when you speak to me.
Very sorry about that. I have a naturally quiet voice. I'm not used to projecting from so far away. We're very sorry about arriving in the middle of the night. We didn't mean to at all, unfortunately. It's just how long travel took. If we could have arrived at a more convenient hour, I'm sure we would have loved to. But it didn't work out that way.
See, you ask me to do something that is impossible, and that is to let you into my village. Krezek has long stood because we do not leave or allow strangers into our village.
They must be so inbred.
Well, what if we
Natural
became...
one on that perception check.
What if we became not strangers? I'm Fallon Parturnak. These are my friends, Murtog and Penance is over there. We're travelers. from another village. We were kidnapped.
What other village?
Wasn't like here. Was where we were. There's no right, and there's no werewolves in the woods. We came through some sort of thing, and this feels different to where we were.
So you're outsiders. Well, I cannot prove that you are not still being possessed by this infernal creature. However, I would be willing to compromise. We cannot offer you shelter this night. You will not be allowed within my city. However, I would be willing to be more amenable if you were to return with proper payment to enter the city. That is to be 1 wagon of wine. However, I am not asking you to simply make wine and grapes appear. Down the road, there is a winery, and we have been long waiting for a shipment. If you were to return with this proper wine, we could talk about you having entrance to Kresik.
Okay. Do you have a map to the winery? Because we don't know where we're going, and we might get lost.
A map can be secured.
Thank you, that would be very helpful. I'm going to be more than willing to fetch your wine for you if you would then allow us entry to your city. That's a good compromise, right?
What about silver weapons?
So we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it later.
Well, there's still the pressing issue of the werewolves.
There are a lot of
Return
werewolves.
at any moment.
Woods.
Is the werewolf talk happening like huddle talk, or is that like outward projection?
I'm just talking out the side of my mouth.
Okay. Penance, what about you?
Penance is gonna go. It's like there are a lot of werewolves in the woods. But maybe we'll be fine. I have my bow, so that we could try and use that.
Yes. I know we're asking a lot of you, and I'm very sorry about it. But do you have any even advice about dealing with these woods? Would be very helpful. We don't want to lose your wine shipment on the way to werewolves or any other people.
You see there's a moment where all of them kind of start whispering amongst themselves, and you see almost a crack of a grin that's a little too wide on this older man's face. One piece of advice for dealing with Svalich Woods. Don't go through them at night.
You aren't giving us a great deal of choice.
Correct. But if you would like, for the night, I am willing to assist in your shelter outside of the gate. If you would like to stay where you are until morning, the werewolves do not come within line of sight of our wall. This does not protect you against the devil Strahd or his allies.
Cider?
No, I
Mayday.
don't. I don't think they have any. Penance, what do you think about staying the night by the wall?
I think it's a good plan. Maybe if we had a tent, then we could some protection spells around it that would make it more secure. You don't have like a piece of cloth or anything we could like tie to the wall. I'm sorry.
If you would like to make payments for these things, they can be arranged for you, and we can bring them to you and lower them down the wall. However, we will not be taking the risks of allowing our walls to open at night.
That's okay.
That very sensible. What do you take as payment?
Gold, wine, the head of the devil Strahd.
We have gold.
Gold will do. And at this point, he kind of turns. This woman will be in charge of seeking all of your goods. Speak with her. Her name is Elisabetta. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you for talking. Good night. Thank you.
And Burgomaster Kreskov descends the back end.
They didn't mention how much gold. We're not exactly flush.
No. Didn't. But we can always negotiate. Very sorry. Elizabetha, was it?
Elisabetta.
Elizabeth. Very sorry. Hello, I'm Fallon.
DM can't find his player's handbook, and the DM is very disappointed in himself.
We would like a tent, preferably, if not something we can make a tent out of to fasten to the wall. Bedrolls? Do we have bedrolls?
I have one.
2 GP is a tent.
Okay, actually, in this land, the goods are increased by 50% in terms of their price, so it's going to be 3 GP for a tent.
I have three gold pieces that I can give.
Okay, if you guys would like to very quickly ask about certain things, there are certain things that they just won't sell you right now, but tent is doable, bedrolls are doable, and then we'll count up how much that costs in a second.
I already have a bedroll, so...
Okay.
I think I have one too with the monster hunting one.
Okay.
I do not have a bedroll.
Okay. So, yeah, a tent is going to run the group 3, and it's a 2-person tent, so if one of you is willing to stay outside, you can do that. Or you could, actually, Murtog, you guys could squeeze if you
I'm little.
Yeah, you're little. I'm just little. Yeah, you guys could squeeze and do a 2-person
We're also
tent.
going to be taking turns taking watch, right?
That's also valid, actually. And then a bedroll is going to run you another 15 silver. Is there anything else you guys are wanting to ask of the... Oh, and the map. The map, they're going to provide free of charge.
Oh, nice. No.
Okay. Well, with that,
No?
I'm going to go ahead in the resources Discord chat for each of the players. Sorry that you guys can't see this. Next week, you guys will be able to see the map. What's it called? Audience. But there is a map of Barovia for each of you that has been sketched out. That red line is the main road. And
Where's the
that's all there
vineyard?
is. The vineyard, if you look at the map, is... See how... Okay, so you guys are near Krezek, which is on the all the way the west side of the map, at the a little bit
Yep.
north towards the north. If you guys follow that to the second branch in the road, like the first one after Krezek, going south, it's the little dotted area. It's the first
so
of the 2 stops on that first
Directly
road.
south from Krezek.
Yes, but if you want to take the road, you're gonna have
Yeah.
to go around.
As the crow flies, it's directly south.
Yeah. Next week, we will have map technology. Because I'm running the stream, we did not, unfortunately, have time to set up the map technology.
Cool.
So, you guys have been given that, and with that, Elisabetta has given you your goods. They've lowered down on a rope past the wall.
Mhm.
What are you guys doing?
Set up this tent!
So that's tent.
Okay. With that, you guys can set up the tent, get everything ready for a long rest. With the point that you're starting this, it's gonna be like mid-morning before your long rest is finished, because you are late into the night at this point.
That's fine.
Yeah.
The guards will reduce in numbers down to 10 total, not like the 40 or so that had been around at the bottom, and they're going to be rotating shifts at the top of the parapets.
Okay.
Do you guys want to do watches, or are you guys just going to trust their guards?
I'm gonna watch at least.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the first watch at least.
Okay. Fallon, Penance, would you like to do watches, or on your watches would you like to just trust the guards?
I'm gonna trust the guards so I
Yeah,
can have
if-
my disguise self back before we
Yeah.
leave tomorrow.
Okay. So Murtog is taking first watch, and he's the only one who's taking a watch, besides the guards. Murtog.
I have something.
Is-
I have something
Is
I'd like to do
first
on my watch.
will first watch take us to dawn?
No, first watch takes us from. So I'm gonna say right now it's gonna be about 1 a.m. First watch is gonna take you. So it's gonna be about a third of it, and it's an 8-hour thing. So it's gonna be a little under 3 hours. So that's gonna take you to like 3:30,
Okay.
3:45. And dawn's gonna be somewhere around mid-watch. So, Murtog, you have something you wanted to do during your watch.
Yeah, as a forest gnome, I have the ability to talk to woodland creatures.
Okay.
And I can communicate simple ideas with small or smaller beasts.
Yes.
I'd like to. Can I like encourage a bird to come and talk to me?
Roll a d20. On a roll of a 19 or 20, there will be a bird available. Because it is still the middle of the night, so a lot of the raptors that hunt are going to be out hunting.
I don't want like a hunting bird. I want just something. I want something small if it could carry like.
Those birds,
small
unfortunately, are going to
object.
be asleep at the current time.
Okay.
It is the middle of the night.
So that was a 10. How about some kind of like squirrel or something?
There are field mice. You could
Okay.
roll me an animal handling check during your watch.
Right, animal handling. I get advantage on this, which is good. Right, that's a 15.
A 15? Yeah, with that you can at one point, after Penance and Fallon have both tucked into the tent, this not really impressive, it's almost like triangular prism that has been set up of just like cured leather. After they've been set up in that, you are able to walk about the roads and stuff, and there's probably a field mouse off the side of the road that you can find at some point.
This probably should have been my first question. The guard who shot me, is he still up and about?
I'm gonna roll 50% chance. So I roll a 50 or higher, he will be. Let's see here.
Box of Doom.
That is a 38, unfortunately.
Oh, fuck's sakes.
I apologize.
Okay, I'm gonna as like a simple idea. I want to try and get this animal to understand who I'm talking about. Just like giving them the briefest description of like
Okay.
the beard and stuff.
Okay. And then what are you gonna try
And
and
then
do?
I would like to secure the arrow that was shot at me to his body somehow.
Okay, so mice weigh about like in the tens of grams at max.
Okay, just the arrowhead. I'll snap it off.
I'm gonna roll an athletics check for this fucking mouse. That's a 3 minus 1. That's a fucking 2. And I only gave the mouse a minus 1 when realistically you should have
can
like
it
a minus
still
3.
walk? Can it still walk if I secure just that amount of the arrow to it?
It's gotta make it up the wall.
But it can drag it, and also, yeah, it would have to make it up the wall.
No, it's gonna. It can, like, don't they have like a gate it can like, sneak under?
Still gonna make it upstairs. You're asking a lot of this mouse.
This might not work. But...
This is non-magical as well. You're just trying to talk to this mouse who can't understand simple things. But this is a whole fucking plan. Unfortunately, no, the mouse will not be able to successfully complete this task, Murtog.
I'm like trying to talk to his mouse. I'm like, look at it, you useless. Go away.
The mouse cries. It's just sad and broken that its new friend doesn't love it, and cries and runs away.
I'm gonna. What do I have on me?
It's not gonna work.
I know it's not gonna work. Ooh, can I? No, I'm not gonna do that. They attack us. I want to just tie.
Honestly,
I'm gonna tie.
when you said like I'm gonna try and talk to this mouse, I legitimately was like, what if I just had the guards be like, witchcraft, because you're talking to the woodland animals to try to convince them to do things.
But I will tie the arrowhead to a rock and try and get it over the wall.
Why don't you just throw the fucking arrowhead? It's made of metal.
Because it like that's got so much. Well, throw the arrowhead.
Okay, you toss the arrowhead. Okay.
I'd attach a note to it.
Okay.
But it's in giant, so
It is what it is. Yeah. Okay.
it's in giant runes, so they can't read
Murtog's
it.
gonna start a war.
All right. You definitely do that. Actually, do you try and at all be stealthy about it, or do you just it over the wall?
No, I'm not stealthy about it. I do. I wait till like their backs turned, but I'm throwing an arrowhead. I'm
Yeah,
not attacking them.
They look at you, and one of them like narrows their eyes, or they don't say anything, and they just kind of let you be. But
If you see a child throwing a rock at a wall, like
I don't think they believe that you're a child. I think
21.
They just think you're a small human.
21, 18 plus 3.
18 plus 3. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. With your perception, there is no supernatural threat during your watch. But that would be your watch, and then neither Fallon nor Penance are taking a watch, so you can like squeeze into the tent to complete the second and third watches, which I have to make for the guards. Let's see here. Actually, Fallon, Penance, each of you roll me a d20. This isn't the roll for their perception. This is the roll for if there's anything that happens on the other two watches.
Right, D20.
Yeah.
13.
What was that?
13.
18?
13.
13. Okay. 14, 15. All right, we'll get it eventually. What's up, Fallon? What'd you get?
Oh.
3.
13.
I also got
All
13.
I'm hearing is a teen.
A teen. That's why I'm having issues. It's just a teen. But 13. Okay, so 2 13s.
13!
I know, Penance. I got you, Val. I'm sorry your audio decided to be a dick to you. But you all are able to long rest for the first time in Barovia. However, I have to roll some Shiza for the 3 of you sleeping.
I don't like this.
Penance.
I don't like that.
Penance.
Hmm?
As you sleep, your dreams are fitful at best. And you have this moment of... It's almost like worry and anxiety that hits your heart, but not for yourself. It's this superimposed anxiety about someone else. There's this face that flashes through your dreams. It's a woman with pale skin and long red hair and a striking face. She wears a dress, a wedding dress. No, she's wearing farming clothes. No, she's wearing armor. And it suddenly shifts every time, just a little bit, to where each face is very, very similar, but slightly different. And it's odd that you feel this anxiety, but when you wake in the morning with the dawn already streaming through parts of the tent, you remember vague things about the face, but not the exact details. You don't remember... If you saw the person, you might be able to place them, but you wouldn't be able to recreate the face. And that's your dreams for the night. The other two sleep like a fucking rock.
Oh, great. So now my D&D character and I have anxiety. Great.
I wake up in the morning and
But
Step
with
outside.
that long rest, I don't know where this is going for the next day, so I'm going to go ahead and take our break there because we've been going for an hour and a half.
Okay.
And we will do a little blank. We'll do a little blanky blank. Do a little dancey dance.
Blankety blank.
It's 1:03, so we'll be back in 12 minutes at 1:15, or the 15-minute mark for whatever time zone you're in. Because that'd be 9:15 for BST and stuff like that. But we will be back. We are going to continue our adventures in Barovia. We're going to have a little bit of fun with that. But until then, we'll see you all in a bit. Bye-bye! Bye! I just accidentally.
Oops, I hit.
Hey, they
I
can see us by the
did
way by
it
accident.
again.
Hi, I accidentally took us live.
Hi.
Oops. Hi. Hey, remember when I said I was running the stream? Hey, we're supposed to be back anyway. I was playing around with scenes trying to make a thing work, and I messed that up. So, we're back. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry we had no warning before we went back. That was on me. Sorry, but we're back. Hi, everybody.
Eating all these
Yeah,
biscuits.
yeah, sorry about that. To be fair, we are 1 minute late anyway, so that's okay. Hi, everybody. We're back with Curse of Strahd, with our SHISAM campaign. We are here playing through a spooky, scary time with some not so good characters. Just to catch you all up on what happened in the first half, if you missed it, we terrorized some villagers. Is really what happened here. Running away from
Terrorized is a strong word.
That's valid. Running away from a werewolf encounter that we had last session, we found our way to the village of Krezk, where the walled city was immediately suspicious of 3 people coming to their doorstep in the middle of the night, especially when one of them was a demonic-looking figure who was sneaking around in the woods.
But we're so trustworthy.
Very trustworthy. And with that, they opened fire. Thinking quickly, though, the party was able to create illusions to mask Penance, their tiefling, as a human, and pretend as though they had killed the actual Penance when they haven't. They worked together to talk to the villagers of Krezk to avoid all-out confrontation, even though there was some shots fired on the side of the villagers. But before we get back into it, I want to reiterate a thing that I drop at the beginning of the campaign. I'm also thinking I'm going to do after we come back from break every time for anybody who wasn't there. This is a content warning, because Curse of Strahd is not the friendliest to everybody's mental states. I'm going to give a content warning. This programming may contain themes that some viewers may find upsetting or triggering, such as graphic depictions of violence, harsh language, murder, torture, manipulation, blood, and gore. If that is not your speed, we have plenty of friends who are live right now, like Asgard's D&D Adventures, ADH Adventures, Starlight Tales. They are all our friends, and they are all playing D&D. But make sure to keep up with us if you guys want to continue to see cool stuff. Also, Dankles, good friend of the show, Mr. Matt, has redeemed a hydration check before we get back into things. What's up, Matt?
Woo!
I'm always so thirsty when I'm around Matt.
Welcome
I did not.
to Barovia.
You did not refill? You want to go refill real quick? We're still here.
I did not refill my water bottle.
refill.
I will still be able to hear you.
That's fine. We'll refill.
Immy's just been so thirsty for Strahd.
Oh, hey, look at
Yeah.
Matt with the heart in the chat. That's there's a free wink. Okay. Getting back into things. Ooh, I just bumped my microphone. I apologize for the audio listeners. Getting back into things. 3 of you awaken. Oh, why is the creepy ass music still on? It's not nighttime anymore. See, this is the problem with letting me run.
Because this is spooky.
No, let's run.
Spooky in Barovia.
It's not as spooky anymore. We awaken. The 3 of you in your 2-person tent kind of snuggled in. It is extremely warm in the tent with the sunlight hitting it and it being a leather bag that you are all in. You all awaken, pulling together your bedrolls and stepping out. You see that at this point the guard that was watching over has rotated, though the walls are still not open at this point in time. The morning sun has cleared a lot of the mist, and really for the first time you are all able to see not the entire valley, but a large portion of it spread below you as you look out. From here you can see that you are cresting the side of a mountain range that Krezk is built into, and it gets lower and lower until there's another mountain range on the opposite side of the valley that eventually you can see a tall snow white peak to the southeast, and to the northeast you can see another one, these 2 almost twin mountains on opposite ends of you. Looking to the east, this valley opens up where in the distance there is a massive lake. Past that there are hills and fields and trees. From where you're at, you don't currently see any other villages, though you do occasionally glance the road that crosses all of the woods. but you've awakened outside of Krezk, and the guards do not look like they have any reason to speak with you at the moment unless you ask it of them.
Let's all agree never to speak of that evening ever again.
I would like to state firmly that I cast Disguise Self again before I leave the tent.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, before do that just. So how often can you do that?
This? Like,
Yeah,
Like I need a long break before I get into it, but I can pretty much, after I get a little sleep, a little nap in, I can do it and keep it up for an hour.
Okay.
Is the voice a part of the spell, or is that a choice?
Don't worry about it. Okay, now watch me act. Okay, we can go now.
Okay. So we might just have to time our arrival back carefully, because I don't think they'd react well to seeing those again. Might make things difficult. Anyway, should we go?
Be funny, but near-death experiences.
Near-death experiences for life. Are you kidding me?
Quack, 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 quack.
Okay. You guys are gonna head out. So
Mhm.
with that,
Yes. This is our walking motion.
that's
This is my walking.
The
With
guards are watching this happen.
with
Like,
the
yeah, it's so
With-
weird.
with
what?
really
The
rolly
DM has
shoulders.
just found his player's handbook. He's gonna go grab it. He's just spotted it across the room.
We're walking with these shoulders, apparently, just really going for it.
Going for it. That's what we're doing.
We'll just-
going for it.
Just walking down
The
the road.
DM was wrong. The DM was very wrong. That was not the player's handbook. That was a different book. Anyway, with that, you begin to walk down the down the road. This is so sad. I really wish I still had my player's handbook. Okay, but here we go. You guys begin to walk down the road. At this point, it's a little bit warmer in the day, though it's still cold, and the mists. At the edges of this valley, there's still almost a wall of fog that exists. The mists kind of encircling this entire valley. But you begin to walk, and each hex is a quarter of a mile. And let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 divided by 4, you guys are going to have to go 6 miles. Let's see here. And you guys can do that in a day, in a couple hours, depending on what the pace you decide to go at. So are you guys going at a careful, stealthy pace, at a fast pace, trying to get there, or at a normal pace?
Normal?
Normal pace.
Yeah, because
Because
they were very much like, don't travel at night.
Yeah, but it's now
Yeah,
broad
one second.
It's now
It's
daylight.
like daylight.
daylight.
Yes.
I'm gonna calculate our actual party speed.
Oh well, it's just that's the if you're walking and not using vehicles, the speed is 3 miles every hour for travel.
Okay, so we would do it in 2 hours.
Yeah, you can do it in 2 hours of just straight walking, no encounters, no difficult terrain, nothing.
Yeah.
Assuming all
Just
of that comes
normal.
to pass.
As soon as
Can
we have
you?
this-
Let's see here. Who wants to be the person to roll for the first half hour of travel? No volunteers.
I can.
Okay, there you go. Burrty, roll me a d20, please.
16.
16. Okay. For the first half hour of travel, with your movement speeds and the way that you were doing it, that's going to be 1.5 miles. So that's going to be 6 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The road, it wanders a little bit, but it's not. It's pretty straight. There isn't a whole lot of deviation in the road. The trees still encapsulate everything, but it's not as oppressive as it was yesterday evening. It's not as cold as it was yesterday evening with the sun coming up. You don't encounter anyone during the first half hour of travel. Let's go clockwise. Penance. Gimme that D20 roll.
I'm rolling, I think this is Vex's dice, and they're rolling... Oh no, this is Pike. Pike is just rolling solid 19s across the board.
19, can you please
I'm
roll
gonna
me
switch to a different one.
Can you please roll me a D12 and a D8?
I can do that, Aaron.
Okay.
I can indeed. D12 and D8.
We don't want to.
The D12... As the D8 is a 1.
Okay.
We're rolling for how much money we're gonna find just on
Yeah,
the side of the
definitely,
road.
Definitely.
I rolled 2 1s!
You
Okay.
find 2 gold on the side of the road.
Okay.
You find 1 gold piece and 1 silver piece on the side of the road.
As you are traveling, actually, let me roll. So it's interesting.
Aaron, stop rolling.
That's gonna be. As you are traveling, because you're the one who rolled it, I'll give you the perception on this one. You begin to hear footsteps, more than a dozen, or more than half a dozen, we'll say, beginning to approach. You can hear them coming down the bend. You haven't seen each other yet. There is no line of sight yet. What are you doing?
I'm going to do my move from earlier, but this time go mayonnaise and pull them back in to cover.
Okay, I'm assuming you both do the shrug off, don't touch me thing again.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But do you all go off to the side of the road, or is somebody finally ready to get his heart out on a fight?
I'm gonna see who it is first. It's always
Okay.
better to have the upper
So
hand.
give me a group stealth check real quick.
I have disadvantage on this.
Haha.
It's not a good start.
Nice.
Alright.
11.
That's 21.
Okay, 21 from Fallon. Murtog, what were you saying?
11.
11. Okay.
I'm wearing chainmail.
Penance, what was yours?
16 plus 4, so saucy 20.
2 successes and a failure. So they able to cover for you, Murtog. As you guys are sitting there, you begin to hear people talking in footsteps, and it doesn't sound like someone who's particularly hostile. And as you watch, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a dozen people beginning to walk up the road. They are wearing plain clothes, tunics and trousers and suspenders and different things. You see maybe half men, half women. Several of them on the outside almost have pitchforks and wooden clubs and different things, but they're not wielding them as though they're going to attack somewhere. They're wielding them as though, okay, if we are attacked, I'm going to hold on to this. They seem very defensive. Their eyes are wide. You see that they are speaking amongst themselves, though not in the cheerful sort of banter that you've all been doing, but in whispers and hushed tones. Occasionally, their eyes gazing through the forest. You see at one point one look directly at the three of you, and their eyes just kind of pass over, not seeing you.
Is Penance still in Blondie form?
This would be within the first hour, so yeah, technically the spell would not have dropped yet.
How far into the first hour are we?
This would be nearing the 45-minute mark.
Okay. Are they just heading in the direction we've just come from?
Yes, they look to be heading towards Kresik.
Okie dokie.
We hide in their bags.
We hide in them back.
Okay, so you guys are gonna just let them pass or no?
Do they look like they have anything worth taking?
No.
Nah, we'll let them pass.
Pass.
Okay. So you hit the end of this half hour, and at that you hit another branch in the road. You see that there is a crossing at this point. Give me just a moment, I'm pulling up to see if there's any box text for this area. Okay. So at this point, you see a weather-worn signpost next to the road with 3 arms on the sign pointing along 3 branches of the road. There's an arm pointing north-ish, because at this point the road is turned a little bit south towards you, towards Krezik, that says Krezik. And through the woods, going going backwards, because you would have passed over this, you can see an arching stone bridge that goes over a slight river, coming from what looks like a lake to the north, the one that's listed on your map as Lake Burrty. You can see that there's an arm pointing east that says Valaki, as the road gradually slopes up in that direction. And there is an arm pointed southwest that reads The Wizard of Wines, and it gently slopes downward.
I'm going to make a wild guess and assume that the Wizard of Wines is where we're headed.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard,
the wonderful Wizard of Wines.
Okay.
Head down there.
All right. You guys gonna head towards the Wizard of Wines? Okay.
And did we want to make a detour to the place?
This little hill. There's a road leading to it. Do you think there's anything worth taking there?
We can
While
ask
we're in
them
the
at the
area.
winery.
Are you referring to the one that's south of the winery on the map?
Yeah, the little hill.
Okay.
I'd have to look.
There's a road leading right to it. Could be some kind of barrow.
I can always ask at the winery if they know if anything's down there. I don't want to make a trip and it be worthless.
Werewolf encampment. Another one.
Oh, actually,
yes.
knowing what you know about the werewolves and what they told you, do you see that hill directly behind Lake Burrty?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's around the area they were describing for their den.
Oh, no go there. Cool.
They were fine. No werewolves.
I just got lightheaded. Okay.
Alright, so could go to the wine wizard, ask, hey, do you know what's on that hill? Then, if he says no, we go investigate. If he says yes, there is a giant bronze dragon that inhabits that hill. We'll give it a miss.
Go and kill the bronze dragon.
No, Murtog. I tell you, this dragon will eat you in one singular move.
And then
I
I
mean
would
that,
kill it from inside.
Murtog,
Find your
you would be a
confidence
light
inspiring.
snack.
I would be more
Confidence
than
is
that.
good,
You see
though.
me get large.
If you were in your large form, you would maybe be a meal. As you are, just looks directly down at him. Less than a mouthful.
You are becoming
And-
tiresome.
And quite crunchy with all that armor.
You guys being to travel? Let's see here. Fallon rolled last time. No, Penance rolled last time. So Fallon, you're up. Give me that d20 roll.
It rolls to the other side. 15.
15. Okay. Because you're not traveling at night, that does not trigger an encounter.
Nice.
That's below the DC needed for an encounter. You guys begin to travel down the road, taking the path south that begins to slope into the hill into one of the deeper sections of the valley. And as you travel, after about a half a mile, the road becomes a muddy trail that kind of meanders through the woods, and it keeps descending until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded meadow. And the trail splits. You see that there is a signpost pointing towards the west that says Vineyard. There is no signpost to going south.
but we know where that leads. That leads to Vallaki and all the other places. Oh wait, no, sorry, no, we're in the we're further south than I thought. We've already crossed the river, haven't we?
Yeah, so we're at that on the dotted line going to the winery at that crossroad there.
Cool, we're on the dotted line. Cool. Yeah. To the winery, I suppose.
Winery.
Okay.
Interesting that there's no signpost for what's south. I'll find out, maybe.
So at this point, the sky, which the sunlight that had destroyed the fog earlier, was never direct sunlight. It was just kind of the rays that pierced through a very thin layer of gray clouds that seems to be almost present. And as you walk, you realize that since you've gotten here, you haven't actually seen blue sky or the sun directly. You can tell where it is behind the clouds, but you've been veiled this whole time. And this comes to mind when, as you begin to walk towards the vineyard, you hear a of storm. And there's this light drizzle of rain that begins to just trickle from the skies. And as you begin to follow the trail, you see there are unpainted fences that follow along the side of it. It's muddy and thick, the ground. And you can see that the north side of the trail is a sprawling vineyard that begins to bend southward towards like a stately building. The fog, as you look around, actually, let's see here. That would be Murtog. Murtog.
Hello.
As you begin to walk, the fog, with the cold hitting again, begins to encroach more and more, and your visibility is down to, you can see the vineyard, and you see the house, and you look back and you can see the area that you had arrived from, but you see that ghostly forms begin to appear in the fog. Humanoid, animalistic. These, you swear they're living, but the moment you go to focus on any one of them, they disappear back into fog.
I start wildly swinging my longsword around.
Murtog does so. Penance and Fallon, as you have had no reason to death.
Ah! Yeah.
Do you finally snap?
There's things in the fog.
Like,
Ah! Like faces, people, animals.
I think you're seeing things.
Maybe I'm seeing you.
Mayonnaise, it's fine. Okay, show me where the people are. Show me where the people are. Where are the people?
Continue swinging at the fog. Just.
Murtog.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see a wizard. You think that a wizard may have set up traps, such as hallucinations.
We should kill this wizard.
To the wine. If he turns out to be a dick, maybe we'll have a look. But if we kill them after the wine, we're not going to kill them. We're just like, this is a
Kill
thing.
them when we get all the wine.
No, but if we kill them, there is no more wine. And do you want to live in a country with zero wine?
I take out my wineskin of fermented goat's milk and just.
That's so gross. It's so disgusting.
Yes.
So
Okay.
So you can,
like,
clear the nozzle from like the chunks that have built up inside of it. It's like when you drink like a Slurpee and there's like a chunk of ice at the bottom. It's like, yeah. But as you guys begin to travel, you see to the north, there's a grove of trees that stands separated from everything else. And Murtog had mentioned seeing shapes in the fog. So your eyes almost clear over it, thinking it to be an illusion or a trick of the mind. But Penance, Fallon, Murtog, you all look north and see at that grove of trees there's a figure in a dark cloak and a cowl pulled over their head, beckoning.
So To the north, there's a grove of trees. Is that on the path or is it off the path?
It's a little bit off the path, not very far.
Aaron, can I vibe check?
Vibe check the dark person that you can't see their face at all, who is quarter of a mile
Yeah,
away.
I would like to vibe.
Are they on the
I
level?
would like to check.
Roll me a DC
I would like to check the
20
vibe.
Totally
vibe
honest
check
with
at
us.
disadvantage.
I would like to vibe check this
You are
figure.
not intended to
Ro-
succeed in this roll, but if you do, I'll be amazed. DC 23 disadvantage vibe check.
Are you
Oh,
proficient
8.
in vibes?
8?
Actually, yeah, I'm proficient in vibes, which gives me a plus 20, so that's 28.
So it's an 8. With the 8 vibe check, you are able to see that this is a figure who is beckoning to you. The second one in 2 days to call you off of the path.
Thank you. I don't need religion. I'm good. Thank you anyway.
By the way, at this
Are you
point,
the
Penance,
wine man?
I will mention actually before we're going into this, Penance, because this would have dropped a little bit ago. Your spell would definitely be gone because you've been traveling for almost 2 hours now.
I was already thinking like maybe I should like get like a hood or some
Oh,
kind
kill that
of.
guy and take his cowl.
Oh, he doesn't need his cat. No. But
Listen to the
that
voice
guy's-
of God.
Listen to the voice of God. Yeah, Penance just goes like, no, thank you. I've no need for religion, but thank you anyways. Have fun.
Okay. So you guys ignore this figure and continue walking.
If he says anything, we'll pay attention to him.
No, he simply beckoned for a few moments, and in that split decision of if you had chosen whether or not to speak to him, he steps back into the vineyard, unseen.
I
Hmm,
spoke
think
to him.
we'd-
Yeah, you spoke to him saying no thank you, very specifically.
I asked if he was
No,
the
thank you.
wine man.
Are you... Oh, you did. I did not hear that. I apologize, Murtog. How would this... Because I don't want to just be like, yo...
Are you the wine man?
The figure takes their hand and tucks it back into their cloak, and you see a simple nod.
Insight check.
Are you actually the wine man?
Okay, go for the nod again on the person who you can only tell their body language.
Natural 20!
It's
It
fine.
seems to be... It was too quick to not to be a lie.
And that's the wine man, you guys. We should follow him.
Vibe check. Always roll for vibes.
I don't know if going off the path is smart. It doesn't seem like the wisest decision around here.
Well, the path doesn't go all the way to the farm, does it?
It does.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh, it
that
does.
little like dot on the map, that's the house.
Can we meet you at your house?
Once
I mean,
again,
that
Why
seems
not?
completely reasonable to me.
Yeah, why not? It's just
once again he beckons because again you're a distance
you-
away and he's not coming any.
You
fucking
come
way.
here?
No.
that
Look,
seems
you
weird.
can hear us. We could hear you if you would talk back to us.
He turns and walks into the woods.
Oh god. So,
That's actually quite rude, you know.
Is he in the small cluster of trees or the
Yeah.
large?
The small cluster.
He's in the small.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he can't, like, take us off into the woods, because if he takes us further into the woods,
Into
then
the
he'll just come out the other
woods.
side. I say in Murtog's voice.
You want to go follow the hooded wine man, don't you?
Listen, he said he was the wine man, and he was very persuasive.
Just gonna look at Penance.
And if there's a problem, we kill him and take his wine.
I think he vastly overestimates his abilities.
And if he's
but
not
also-
the wine man, we kill him and no harm done.
I think
Don't
we
say
should
that
go with
so
him on
loudly.
this one. Let's
I
just
think so,
let's just give him this one. He can have a win. Fine, let's follow the
Yeah.
wine man.
Into the wine man. Okay.
To the wine man.
So you step off of the path for the second time in 2 days, and you begin to approach these woods, and you see that he had.
We'll eventually learn our lesson.
Eventually.
We need more than twice.
You see that
Once is chance, twice is coincidence, 3 times is evil forces.
But I bet this is Strahd.
this is definitely the Devil Strahd. This is him. He himself.
Why wouldn't he step into the sunlight?
Step into the sunlight?
His
Because there is
Strahd's
no direct
alias is
sunlight
the
in
wine
this
man.
fucking
That's
country.
fair.
You begin to get
Strahd's
closer
already.
to the woods at this point, and you realize that the figure had stepped just inside of the trees, so as you approach, you can see cloaked in shadow. He stands there, and you see that he's not alone. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, a total of 9 figures in this little cluster of trees. You can see they all are wearing darker cloaks, different heights. You can see that there are some that will... There are some at every height. Every single one. There is one who will look at least each of you in the eye in terms of height. Some that are tall, some that are short, some that are fat, some that are thin.
Is there some that are 3'5"?
Yes, actually.
Wow.
As you see, there are 2 young boys whose hoods are off, who are playing in one of the fields that are 3'5". And you look and you see that the 2 boys are doing something you haven't heard really since you got here, which is laughing, playing with each other in the field, as there is this group of what looks like you assume to be the adults, who are each standing almost in a line between you and the children, just in case. But as you approach, the figure who had beckoned you steps forward and takes off his hood, and you see short grayed hair that's been kind of pressed to one side, and a normally clean-shaven face that has a little bit of stubble poking out of the edges, a bulbous, large nose and tanned skin and darker, kind eyes. Who are you?
Quick question: 9 plus the 2 children,
No,
or
no,
7
9 including
and 2?
2 children.
Cool.
And
So
the
7 and 2.
Yeah.
Cool. Hello, my name's Fallon. These are my friends, Murtog and Penance. We're travelers. We've come from Krezik to collect the wine.
Penance, are you a demon?
I am.
Okay. You. Slurp. All right. You are travelers from beyond this land, yes?
We are Barovia's reckoning.
Okay.
Okay,
Just gonna...
Murtog, he's a little enthusiastic. Yes, we come from outside, I think was the term used.
Yeah.
We have been watching you since you entered Barovia.
It's creepy.
You could have helped with the wolves.
We could not have. They are much stronger than we are. However, you do not seem to be trustworthy people, of kind heart and soul, but you might just be what this country needs, which is to say, different. So, you say you are outsiders, and I believe you. You are magic users and demons who can grow as tall as a house and scorch fields.
That's all correct. I mean, they're not a demon. They just have horns, different things. Sorry, continue.
Well, why do you come to this country?
You know, have our reasons.
Such a lovely vacation spot. How could we
Deception check.
resist?
There we
I
go.
thought
Or
you've
perception.
been. I thought you'd been following us. We were tied up.
Well, there are multiple reasons devil Strahd binds his victims before he tortures them to death.
Kinky.
It sounds hot.
We a little bit hot.
Yeah, so where is the Strahd?
Where's Strahd?
We did it, guys. We broke the DM. We beat Curse of Strahd.
Strahd shows up, kills the three of you, and leaves.
So the tying up thing is so when we come from the outside world to here, we don't accidentally injure ourselves in the process.
Deception check. Not at disadvantage or advantage, just a straight deception check.
Can I give them disadvantage by looking incredulously at them as they lie? It's like,
That's a 21.
I'm debating on the disadvantage, but I'm gonna let the over 20 roll ignore that. I'm gonna let that ignore that. So you chose to come here.
Through a series of choices we made, yes.
That's a half truth. I'll give it to you.
That's an entire truth. A series of choices led to us getting arrested and being sent to Barovia.
Again, against the spirit of what he's asking, that's why he's called it a half truth.
it was against our will, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I am Davian Martikov. I am one of the Martikov family who own the Wizards of Wine Winery. My home has been under siege for several days. Currently is
You're
controlled.
under siege?
It is currently controlled. Well, we lost control of it yesterday. It is currently under the control of barbaric forest druids who worship the devil and their demonic little beings that I think you met yesterday.
The little twig fellows.
Oh, they were pushovers. They were really easy to kill.
When there are hundreds of them, they're not as easy. As well as there are bigger ones.
No.
And the druids of the forest are corrupted and evil, turning into beasts and then eating their prey.
Are you telling me in this country there is weird, fucked up shit going on with people? That's crazy. I can't believe it.
You encountered the werewolves yourself yesterday.
Yes. No, puts a notes mentally. Doesn't get sarcasm. Will work on it.
Sarcasm doesn't seem to be something these people grasp very well.
So we're meant to be collecting a wagon of wine for Krezek. Do you have that?
The old burgomaster always ordered a wagon of wine every 2 weeks, but we've been unable to fulfill orders because of the druids. If we were to give you this wagon of wine, would you assist us in deposing of these druidic evils?
And what abilities do you bring to the table here?
None. We are not fighters. We shall not actually be taking part in the combat.
So you want us to free this vineyard for you, and then we wouldn't even get to keep it. We'd just hand it back to you in return for a wagon that we would already own, having taken the whole vineyard.
Well, I can do this much. I can have my people not tell the devil Strahd that you have entered the country if he does not already know.
I deadpan. That means nothing to me.
You really aren't from around here.
Quick question. People seem to talk of Strahd in a very What is he? No one's actually explained it.
You really aren't from around here.
People
No,
keep giving-
we established
saying
that.
It's not useful.
You did.
Barovia is, and always has been, a valley of mist ruled by the vampire Strahd von Zarevich. He is a force of nature. He is evil incarnate. He who lives as a force of the ancient evils and the ancient darknesses. Strahd is all-knowing and all-powerful. He is the ancient, and he is the land, is a saying here in Barovia.
Yeah, I've met at least a dozen people who claim to be evil incarnate. Not sure why Strahd is particularly scary.
Well, you will not be able to leave this valley as long as Strahd lives, so there is that.
Counter proposal. We free this vineyard. We take the wagon, and anything else that takes our fancy inside, and then you can have what's left.
How about you leave my home and my belongings, and my family's belongings, and I give you advice for if you were to, or lead you to someone who would assist you if you were to encounter the evil Strahd.
People keep wanting to give us advice. Do we want to take the advice?
I was
The
hoping for
advice
like
doesn't seem
silver
to
or
have done
something.
them much use, does it?
No, people just seem to want to talk to us quite a lot.
And they keep giving the same advice. It's not like it's new advice. It was just
Stay
like
out
don't
of
go
the
around at
woods.
night.
Don't go in. I've been hearing that since
Well-
I was a child.
Don't wander at night. Don't go into the woods. Don't try and meet Strahd.
How about knowledge
That
of a
it?
seer who will tell you bits of the future?
See, that's quite interesting.
Also, is there any silver? Is there any silver we could just like one, like a letter
Yes.
opener?
I will acquire a silver weapon for you if you leave my things at my home.
Not all.
Deal.
Has to be bigger than a dagger.
I will see what we can scrounge up. Assuming,
Okay, I
of course,
admit
you
it's a
are
deal.
not just corpses in an hour.
Well, if we're corpses in an hour, then you're right back where you started. So I say that's the deal.
And one of us has already been a corpse in the past day, so
Yes.
Bit of magic that you pulled. It was a poor illusion at best.
You fooled the townspeople, but whatever. Watchers.
However,
if you have no abilities, how do you watch?
that is for me to know. Was not part of the deal.
There's nothing. Everyone's very vague here. They just. It's
Mm,
like.
do
You see
not
the
like
old
giving
man
strict answers.
Chuckles. Vagueness is necessary. Information is expensive.
Are any of these people armed?
Roll your choice of investigation or survival.
What's higher? Investigation is +1, survival is +3. I'll go for a survival.
Information is always valuable, no matter where
That's
you
a
are.
7.
It's a 7. You have no idea. They have very thick black hoods and cloaks that go over their entire body. You can barely see their boots poking out the bottom.
Oh, could you throw in some kind of hood for my horned friend here?
We can do that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Excellent.
It's like they've never seen a tiefling before.
I am not familiar
Honestly.
with this word.
Oh, it's what they are with the swans.
Tiefling.
And also
Tiefling, human, gnome,
gnome.
A gnome.
The
gnome.
Porcelain.
Sorry, Mark.
garden decorations.
We should go.
just kind of like, just Penance is like,
he is very
oh.
anxiously. He is very anxiously tapping the hilt of his sword.
So the druids are inside your house?
They are, I believe, on the inside of the home currently. We have been keeping watch, but I took off to come visit you.
Okay. Cool. We'll go sort them out. I will try not to scorch your house, but if I do, very sorry. Might happen.
Fire is the easiest way to deal with the blights, but the vineyard is very flammable, so we have not set it ablaze. Perhaps if you were to kill the druid, the blights might disperse. I
We'll
would be
try that
quick about
first.
Getting to the front door. The blights surround them in the fields, and there are hundreds of them.
Cool. We'll run. I'll try not to set your vineyard on fire. Really will. But...
Okay. Good. We shall keep watch. Go. And you see, as he says that, he turns back to two of the people with the figures there and begins to whisper. Those of you with the passive higher than 13 can hear that he's just giving the list of demands that you've given.
Mhm.
But with that, you guys can take off towards the vineyard. You begin to leave this grove of trees, and you stand between the vineyard fields, the road heading straight south towards the home. And from here you can see that in the middle of the vineyard, the winery is an old 2-story stone building with multiple entrances. Thick ivy covers every wall, and there's iron fencing along the roof line. The trail goes down and around to the side where there is an open loading dock, it almost looks like. A wooden stable that looks a little bit more recent is attached to the east side of the winery, next to the loading dock. And the west side has, it looks like, a well that's crumbling and a wooden outhouse.
We just going for the front door?
Apparently.
Yeah?
Is there anything that would stop us?
I mean,
Currently?
maybe we should
Nothing.
check for any traps.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. Or a thieves' tools check if you have those.
What's
I
going
have
in?
thieves.
Are there any open windows we can climb through?
Yes.
Ooh.
From here on the second floor, you can see that there is absolutely a few open windows.
I can't climb that high. I'd have to get big.
There's also the open loading dock and the front door.
19 total.
19 total. Looking down the main dirt road, there are no traps, though as you begin to walk forward and approach the winery, you hear rustling of dead vines all around you. And inhuman shapes begin to emerge slowly out of the bushes, their limbs crackling as they move forward. And you see they're not just the small, tiny blights that you had fought previously. You see some that stand almost as tall as you, beginning to begin to pull themselves out of the bushes, moving.
I'm gonna suggest we just make a run for it and just get in the house.
That sounds good to me.
Cool.
Yeah, alright then.
All right. You guys begin to sprint.
Yeet!
Okay. You begin to run forward. Sprinting. With that and the speed that they're going, I'm going to say you will just be able to make it. Are you guys heading for... There's 4 total entrances on the first floor you can go to. Well, not entrances, but 4 places you can go. This is not what I wanted. This is... Give me just a moment. Is it this one? Here we go. You guys begin to move forward. Are you headed for the open loading dock, the front door, the outhouse, or the shed?
Front door, right?
Yes, just front door.
Yeah.
Just
That's
straight
what the
inside.
wizard said.
Okay. So, you guys, let's see here. Looking at this, the front door would be located there. And with that, that's going to be that area. Okay. So, Running forward, you guys begin to sprint towards the front door. Getting there, it is this nice little wooden door. No windows cut into it or anything, but it looks like hand-painted. Very quaint. But who's going to pop it open?
Me.
Okay, Murtog, you run forward, you pop open the door, and immediately open the door. As you can see, the road behind you is beginning to just fill with creatures that are slowly walking forward, each crawling along the ground. But you pop in, and you are immediately in some kind of workshop. This room that is, looking at it, you would see that it's about maybe like 5 to 10 feet wide, actually a little bit closer to 10 feet, with like large work tables along the sides of it. The door that you walk in, and then there's another door on the right hand side that leads to another room, but there's strips of wood and iron metal that has been like in bands. This looks to be, based off of what this place is, pretty easy to deduce that it's some sort of barrel making workshop.
Okay, can I grab once everyone's inside, can I grab a barrel and barricade the door with it?
Sure, you can absolutely do so. So you fully grab it. Roll an athletics check with it, just to see how well you barricade.
That is high. I'm good at athletics. Where's the fucking thing? Sorry, I'm on iPad. Athletics, that is a 17.
17. With that, you fully take a barrel and jam it up underneath the handle, and doing so, the lip of the barrel cuts into the softer metal of the lock for a moment, and it's just fully jammed. It would take a lot of work even from this side to get it undone. So the front door is fully barred. Are you going to go through the next room?
Let's go.
Okay.
Sweep the room.
So you
Sweep.
pop into the next room, and this room is much wider, like 15 feet by 20 feet. To the left-hand side, there is a door that goes outward, but in the left corner, forward from you, there is a spiral staircase that goes upwards. Where are you going?
Sorry, one more time.
Okay. There is, so currently where you're at, there is, it's 15 feet forward, and then it's 20 feet wide. There are a bunch of, it looks like barrels just along the walls stacked in this area. Directly to the left in front of you in the corner, there is a spiral staircase that goes up, and then to the left of you before that, there is a door that goes into another room.
Should we go up?
Let's go up.
Going up.
Okay. You guys...
I'm leading the way with my shield.
Okay, you do so. Your shield
Can
up in
I-
front of you. What's up, Fallon?
Yeah. And say I'll go last up the stairs, and can I go up the stairs? Not walking backwards, but walking at an
keeping
angle, so
keeping the
my
eye-
back is never to the room. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good. So you begin to sprint up the staircase. Are you guys moving stealthily, or just trying to get through this?
I'd say I'd be in a mode of getting through this,
Okay.
personally.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Murtog
everyone else thinking?
charging through, you go up the staircase, and you are immediately in a long hallway about 30 feet long, where at the end it turns to your left, but along the wall dotted are 4 separate doors.
Are any of the doors open?
Any of the doors, the one at the end is open.
How much? I'm gonna like give each of the doors a kick as we go past, see if any of them are unlocked.
It seems like as you kick the first one, it's unlocked. Actually, are you trying to kick it open or just to test to see if it's unlocked?
I'm trying to kick it. I'm trying to kick them open and see what's inside
Okay.
before moving to the next room.
Okay, so for the first one, you pop it open, you hit it, and this room, it looks like maybe 20 feet by 20 feet. It contains a large rectangular table surrounded by 8 chairs. There's an L-shaped cupboard, and there's a floor-to-ceiling closed pantry. Next to the pantry, there's a small iron stove. This looks to be some sort of kitchen and dining room combination.
No one in here. Next one.
Okay, so you go kick the next one. That's area W19. So you kick open the next door, and in there are 2 pairs of bunk beds that occupy this room, and against the west wall are 4 identical footlockers. And you can see there's an open window.
No one in here. Next one.
Okay.
So,
So you kick open the third door. In this chamber, there is a desk, a chair, a tall wooden cabinet, and a strange contraption that takes up most of the middle of the room. But if once you kick it open, there is a moment where you look around and you see there is a woman standing there, caked in mud, her teeth stained black and brown, and her face with a veil of moss that's almost coming off of the side of it. She looks at you, and on the floor, there are two other blight creatures that are about, I think, medium in size. These ones. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, these are the ones that are as big as you guys, just all in this room. They seem to have been fiddling with this contraption, looking at it. Yes, Fallon.
No, I'll let you finish. This is something I want to do after.
Okay, they are all standing there, and they look at you, and the woman goes, she just kind of like inhales and draws her teeth back in a feral look. Fallon, what are you trying to do?
I want to alter myself to look exactly like her. Just my face. And just go, hello, and then draw my bow back.
Okay, roll intimidation.
We're going for the psychological damage, I see.
Yep. Intimidation +4. Okay, so I rolled that's a 20. That's an unnatural 20.
That's an unnatural 20? Okay.
With
I rolled 16 +4.
She like growls at you, and you do the whole swipe in your face as you go hello, and the rest of the other two looking at you. Your teeth are also like that stained black with the ivy over it. I'm gonna give her disadvantage on initiative because of that, and let's roll initiative.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna say fuck it. Let's do it. Let's see here. So
I feel like McGonagall just being like, I always wanted to use that spell.
pretty well actually. Let's see here. So it's gonna be total of so Druid goes on that, and then what is the Vine Blight's got a -1, so they go on that. All right, Penance, what'd you get?
Hi.
Okay. Fallon, what'd you get?
14. No,
14.
sorry, 16 with my modifier added to it.
Okay.
Sorry, I just looked at the dice again.
Penance, what was that one for you?
In total.
10 total? Okay. Penance. And then Murtog, what's up?
18 total.
Okay. First one in initiative is gonna be Murtog. You were
Going
standing
for that
there in the
bitch.
doorway, just having kicked it open, with Fallon directly behind you and Penance a little bit farther back in the hallway. Or actually, Penance would have cleared in behind you, and Fallon. So they're on either side of you, behind you, as you stand in the doorway.
I see her get spooked by Fallon and assume she's terrified of me, and I charge at her.
Okay, sounds good. You charge her. She's about 5 feet in front of you. What are you doing?
Fucking hitting her in the. Actually, I'm gonna. Ooh, is it a bonus action to get big? One sec.
You're gonna get
First of all, how big is the room?
the room?
How tall is the room?
I'm gonna give it 10-foot ceilings. So you're gonna be like a little stooped down in here in your giant form. Like you're gonna have to do this.
Because a stipulation of Giant's Might is if there's not enough room to become large, I don't become large, but I get the other benefits.
There is the room to become large, but it's gonna be uncomfy for you.
I'm not gonna bother. I only get this twice per long rest. I'm just gonna smack her in the face with my longsword.
Sounds good. You run up. Let's do this.
As a 19 to hit.
19 to hit? Ah, that's definitely gonna hit. Like, I don't even know what her stat. Yeah, that's gonna hit. Cool. Yeah.
And then that is a 12 damage.
A 12 damage. Okay.
On the old longsword.
Let's see here. So you run up and just fully, and you see the slash just across her chest, cleaves a little bit into the collarbone, and just fully drags along. Yeah, you hit her for 12 damage. 100%. Next person up is going to be the Druid, because even though she had disadvantage, she rolled really well. Let's see here. You're all standing. Yeah, this will hit all of you. She's going to cry out in pain, and she's going to take her hands and just clap them in front of her. And with that, I'm going to need each of you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
That is
21.
21.
What the fuck did it take me so long to do 14 plus 4? 18.
18. Okay, and then Penance.
12.
12. Okay, well, you all succeeded. So you all take half damage and are not pushed back 10 feet. Half damage, you guys are going to take 8 points of thunder damage each. Because it was up to 16. Because I rolled max on the dice. But as she releases her hands, and you feel this wave of thunderous energy hit you, and you all hold your ground. But it was a loud fucking noise, and anything else that is in this house will have heard that. With that, she thought that you were going to get pushed away, but you weren't. So she's going to step back, and Murtog, you do get an attack of opportunity. And
That's
by
a
the
15.
way, Fallon, you are on deck. 15 to hit. That's going to hit.
Ha ha ha. That's another 12.
Another 12 points.
Another 12 damage.
Damn.
I have a +7 to my damage rolls.
Okay. Oh, I accidentally threw that in resources, but that's the initiative order. Okay. So, yeah, she steps back, and you fully take the backswing, and just there's an X cut across her chest. The like furs and leathers that she's wearing just fully hanging loose, not very effective against a metal blade. And she is going to go through the open window. Yeah, she's gonna do that. She's gonna pop back through the open window.
Howard!
Fallon, you are up. You can see through the door. Murtog has stepped forward, so there is room to move into the room if you'd like.
So in the room, there's the 2 stick things, and
she's out the window, which I'm gonna give her 3/4 cover from you at the current moment.
okay. With the 2 stick dudes, firebolt, but twin spell, so I can do 2 and get both of them.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice.
Roll 2 separate attack rolls.
D20.
Better now.
D20?
Yes.
Yes. What's the attack? Yeah. So that is a 19 for the first one. And a 18 for the second one.
18 for the second one. Okay.
Yeah.
With that, I think those are both definitely gonna hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. 2 separate d10s. Hey, Burrty.
What's my D10?
Is it this time?
Yeah. Nope. Oh, that already happened.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's Val. Got you. Cool.
What the fuck are my D10s?
All right. Well, while
I have
that's
D10s.
happening, while you're rolling damage for that, you're not.
You definitely have a collection of D10s.
You do have some.
There we go, there's a D10. Okay.
What'd you get? What'd you
Two
get?
tens, 2 tens,
That's
2
a
tens.
that's a 9 and an 8.
That's a 9 and an 8. So yeah, you
Hey!
fully take this
We
time
love to see it.
to fire one firebolt, which normally is this like, you know, the red and orange of normal fire, but it's still got that slight green tinge to it. Even though it is still orange, you fire it, and as you fire it from your palm, you lift your middle finger and split it down the middle, and it into the 2 of them. These 2 do not burn as easily as the twigs did. They take normal damage from these hits, but that's going to be 8 and 9 respectively to each of them, which is still a decent hit as they look back at you. With that, it is in fact their turn. Let's see here. They are, I think, more protective of the Druid than they are of themselves. So they're going to run up Murtog. One of them is going to run up to you, and you see almost like Groot style, its vines begin to grow, and it's going to try and wrap itself around you. Rolling its attack. That's a 7 to hit you. Total. With
You ain't got
modifiers.
shit, bitch.
The second one is going to try and do the same. That's going to be a 15. I also don't think that hits you.
18 AC.
Yeah, both of them fucking
Yeah.
fully miss. Hell yeah. Penance is going to be your turn.
Oh, we got raided.
Wait.
Oh, we got raided?
Ah.
Hell yeah.
I
don't
have
know
the chat
when.
up.
Carpe Diem Live.
I don't have the chat up. Who raided us?
Carpe Diem Live. We appreciate you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming.
you.
We appreciate it. You got us in combat at the Wizards of Wine Winery. Murtog. Wait, no, it's Penance's turn. Why did I say Murtog? Penance. What are you doing?
Is there any
Yeah.
way to get past these two into the room, or are they
You
blocking
can get
the door?
into the room. That's totally fine. There is about a 5-foot space between the door and Murtog where you can go around to them, if you'd like.
Can I try and get into the room so I can see the druid?
You can
The window.
see the druid through here, but she has 3/4 cover on you. You'd have to be at the window for her to not have cover.
Does that affect casting?
If it's a targeted spell, she has a +5 to her AC. Essentially, is what that gives her.
Oh, that's fine. What if I tried to do Blood Curse of Binding?
Oh no, that would totally affect her. That would totally affect.
Yeah. Okay.
Best blood curse.
But that also gives +5 to Dex saves, but I don't think this blood curse is a Dex save, right?
Strength save, baby.
What kind of save?
Strength.
Strength.
That is actually not bad, but she has a 0, so it's gonna be a 14.
Oh, that does it. It's 12.
Okay, cool. So she succeeds as you take this moment to push on her blood, but she just fully succeeds out of it, pushing out as she's limping her way across this peaked roof. Next person, actually, Penance.
Yeah.
On your turn, at the end of initiative, you hear beginning to move up the stairs, just the sounds of footsteps. As other people are approaching. Let me check to see real quick which group is coming. Because, funnily enough, there are more than just this one woman. Let's see here. It was this group. Okay. Yeah. So as you look back down the hallway, turning that L corner about 10 feet from you, there is another druid woman, this one with like orangey red hair, and her face just fully a mess of claw scars. It looks like she was attacked by some sort of clawed animal at some point, with an amount of vine creatures behind her that you can't tell how many. But I'm going to go ahead and roll for her into initiative.
Oh, can I use my bonus action?
Oh, yeah, sorry, absolutely, 100%.
Bonus action, hybrid transformation, please.
Sounds
Go
good.
Wolfie.
Sounds good.
Coffee time!
You go full wolf. That is totally chill. And I'm now going to add the new druid into initiative at her initiative, and new vine blights at their initiative, which is fucking hilarious because of where they ended up. Because they both rolled 9s. One rolled an 8 and one rolled a 10, and one had a +1 and one had a -1. Okay, so with that, we're back up to top of initiative. Murtog, you're up. What are you doing?
Hey. I would like to take the attack opportunity and go after that woman.
Okay, you want to, you're gonna have to push through their space, but you are small currently. So actually, I'll give you advantage on this, if you would like. Give me an athletics check at advantage,
yeah,
or acrobatics, your choice.
Athletics, thank you.
Okay.
That's an 18 plus 7, that's a 25.
That's a 25? Okay. Yeah, you can easily push past, and they will both take attack of opportunity on you. Neither of those hit. Neither of them hit. It's a good thing they didn't, because their attacks by default grapple.
Fun.
Yeah, so you push past them towards the window as they fully lash out with their vines, but you skid under them, tower shield protecting you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna... As it is, like, so close to the time, can I use my Giant Smite without growing?
Yeah, 100%. If you'd like to do it
Cool.
without
I would like to use my Giant Smite without growing.
Okay. Absolutely.
Cool. So I'm gonna bonus action Giant Smite, and I'm gonna hit the woman.
Okay, you crawl out the window. I will say it is a DC 10 acrobatics check to stay on the roof as it's at an angle. It's a very easy DC, but it's one of those things.
I thought she was like half out the window, but
Oh, no, at
yeah,
this point
sure.
she's
DC
popped
10
out.
acrobatics.
Yep. Hydration check.
I'll do that. That's a 9. I have a +2 flat to dex, so I pass that.
Sounds good.
And yep, we'll roll to attack.
Okay.
And that is a 17 plus 7.
17 plus 7? Okay, yeah, that's definitely going to hit. Roll your damage.
That is a 3 plus 7, that's 10 points of damage. Plus, I get to add a d6 from my Giant Smite.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5, so that is 10, so that's 15 points of slashing damage.
Nice. So, At this point, you full like knee slide under the two blights, tower shield up to protect you as you hit them. You swing out the window, doing so, feeling the surge of boom, boom, of just strength go through your muscles as you don't grow physically, but you do in power. And you step out with a single thrust forward, fully impaling her through the chest. As you pull out your blade, she just goes limp and slides off the edge of the roof.
How much movement do I have left?
At this point, to get out would have been 15 feet, so you have 10 feet left.
Could I get within range of the vine blights?
You could. You just
I'm gonna get within range of the vine blights. Action surge,
and
hit one of them.
Okay, sounds good. Go for it. Do you want to hit the one that's slightly more hurt or slightly less hurt?
More hurt.
More hurt. Okay.
So that is a 14 plus 7.
Okay, that
is
hits.
21.
Yep, roll damage.
And that is 4 plus 7 is 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay, yeah. As they've hit you, one of them is turned around to look at your friend or companions. Friends is a big word right now. Companions, and has splayed out its tendrils, and you just slash against its side, taking chunks of just bark and wood that go flying. It's still around though, as it's only taken 18 points of damage. Okay, with that. The druid is dead. Fallon, you up? What are you doing?
So the druid is dead.
You can hear
both of the blights still alive?
Yeah, both the blights are still alive, and you can hear other people at this point running up the stairs.
Okay. I'm just gonna assume Murtog's got the blights. It's fine. I'm gonna walk out of the room and look at the other druid.
Yes, there is a druid at this point who has crested the side of the stairs and is about 10 feet down the hallway, about 5 feet from Penance at this point.
Cool. I still look like the other druid. I just want to add.
But you only changed your face.
Yeah. All of my clothing is still...
That's a 1 on their insight check. If you want to make an attack at them, I'll give you advantage on it.
I do want to attack them.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you advantage on the attack.
What do I want to use to attack?
Okay. And reminder, after the next Vine Blights, you'll be at Penance.
Cool. I'm gonna do Chill Touch.
Okay.
And target her.
Roll attack, roll at advantage because she does not see you as a threat currently and is thinking you're gonna help her double team this fucking weird demon-looking creature.
Phrasing.
Hey.
Are we just done with phrasing?
So 15 plus 6, 21.
Definitely hits roll damage.
Yep. Is that a D8? That is a D8. I don't like that D8 though. That's my better D8. Haha! 7, maybe.
7. Alright, yeah. So with that, you fully reach out. And this is the first spell that you have cast that it fully has not changed from the magics of Barovia. As you cast out, the spectral black hand reaches out and grasps around her throat. And as it does so, tendrils of black, rotting skin begin to appear, and dust as skin disintegrates under its touch, as it grasps onto her until the beginning of your next turn.
Cool.
Nice.
I also want to look her straight in the eyes as I do this and say, I am no friend of yours. And just really fuck with her.
If you want to use your bonus action to make an intimidation check, I'll let you go for it with advantage.
It was
Yes.
me who farted on that long carriage ride.
What's my intimidation? Oh, my intimidation is plus 4. That is 17.
Okay. Yeah. That's. I did roll a natural 20 on her part, so that's gonna be She looks at you, and there's this moment of fear, betrayal, hurt, and then animalistic rage. Good to know. All right. With that, let's see here. We're going to... Next up is going to be, I believe, checking the order real quick, is going to be the original Vine Blights. You just stabbed one of them in the back and killed the other's master. So,
Bring it.
Murtog, I think they're still both going at you.
So the blights are still active even after I've killed the druid?
This druid, yes. You've killed this druid.
Okay.
So, with
So
that...
neither of the blights went away?
Correct. With that, one of them did get a 23 to hit, 18 plus, I believe, plus 5 is what I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah, if he gets an 18, it hits.
No, it's plus 4, so it's a 22. But yeah. Let's see here. So it's going to be... Oh, actually, technically, that was the first one that hit, so I have to reroll the second one. Let's see here. 3
But only if it successfully grapples me.
It does, because it's an auto grapple on a hit, and then you have to escape it.
Okay, that's annoying.
So, this one comes around you, and you raise your tower shield, but at this point, its vines grow around the side of it and wraps around your torso, pulling you in and squeezing. You're going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And the second one, just to see if it hits, it does not, because it's a 17, and that's less than your 18. And you are technically considered restrained, but they both look pretty preoccupied with you. Up next is Penance.
Okay. Which one has Murtog?
There is one of the original ones. It's actually, that's the one that's the most injured right now, the one that's taken a bunch of damage.
Okay. And how bad is Druid Lady looking?
Him.
The one that's got the black hand around her neck, not the worst, but definitely taken damage. I wouldn't
Okay,
consider
I'm gonna
her
try and I will try and take out the stick bro that's restraining Murtog.
Okay.
Vine bro.
Vine bro.
Okay. Yeah.
I roll for 5s again? No.
Don't they know TikTok's what's in? Vine.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Vine
It's
doesn't
dead.
exist anymore.
Let it go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my claws.
Okay. So at this point, you've fully finished transforming. Your tiefling horn still protruding from this long canine face as fur goes across your white skin. The white of your fur stark in this drab brown and gray environment. As you fully lean forward, what was the attack roll?
The attack roll was 17 plus 6.
Oh, so hits. That hits like a lot. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so it's 1d6 plus 5. 3 plus 5 is an 8.
8 points of damage. You go and reach your claw into its torso and just start twisting branches, and you see it's barely holding on with a semblance of life, still clutching Murtog.
Then can I use Predatory Strike? It's my second unarmed attack with
Go
claws.
for
Yay! This is the first time I've been able to do multiple attacks. What a time! Spellcasters is what I play.
Yeah, spoken like a true caster main.
It's like, wow, I can do things. 16?
16? Yeah, that'll hit. Go for it.
Hey! It's really nice being able to hit things. That's also a 4 plus 5, so 9.
So you stick your first claw in and start twisting, stick your second claw in and just rip it fully in half. Its branches and pieces of bark flying everywhere. As Murtog, you're released from the grapple that you were in. As that thing is no longer around. Let's see here. After Penance is the new Druid, which Penance has moved into the room, so the new Druid can only see Fallon at this point of time. So with that, it's going to... Yeah, it's going to look at you and... do I do...
Weird question. Have we had any of the druids speak yet?
No.
Okay.
You've not. But you know what? You pissed it off, so it's going to use a spell slot. It's actually going to use a second level spell slot. Yeah, go ahead and... Actually, this would still nick Murtog in the room. Because of the cube of where it's at, because of where Murtog is situated, because it's hallway, so it's in the hallway. There's the Druid, Penance. Murtog is in the room in the original position. Penance is here, sorry, Fallon is here. Penance is here, Blight, Druid.
Wouldn't I be the furthest one into the room, because I hit the Blight in the back?
You did, you know what, you're right, so it wouldn't actually hit you, because you're not there. You're right, 100%, so only Fallon.
Like, I'm by the window.
Yeah, this is why we need a map. We'll have a map. Fallon, you're up. Or, sorry, Fallon, make me a save. That's what I meant to say. Con save.
Why aren't any of these attack rolls? There's something I can do if it's an attack roll.
Well, I mean, yeah, but also you can't see this druid as well, so you couldn't.
No, I only have to see the target.
Okay.
That's a 23, baby.
You succeed only taking half damage and not getting pushed. Okay, that's going to be 11, 16 halved is going to be another 8 points of thunder damage, because that was 3d8 this time, and I still only got 8 points of damage.
Cool. Just want to say I'm on 2 hit points right now.
Yeah. As she once again claps her hand, the second one to use this. Murtog and Penance, those of you who weren't just hit by this, you hear a creaking noise as you look and you see that the wall you came in and the door frame around it have spiderweb cracks all across them from the force of these 2 blasts they've both taken.
Yikes.
Any more damage to this structure and this entire section of roof is caving in. But there's that. Let's see here. I'm just going to check one more thing before I move to the Vine White's turn. I apologize. Let's see here. Wizard of Wines. Okay. And
This is the time I like to remind the audience, this party does not have any healing.
correct. Okay. With that, I'm just checking one more thing. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to find one.
That's okay.
I'm trying to find one thing real quick. I'm trying to find. Who has it? Who has it? Who has it? Who has it?
Nobody has it. Everyone
There it is. Okay, that's what it is.
injured.
Cool. I was seeing when that would happen. All right. Next up is the new Vine Whites, who are coming around the corner, but they are gonna have to. They can't actually get to you right now because the Druid is in the way, and they don't have reach for their attacks. I don't think.
Dang.
Let me look. Yeah, no, they. Oh, what they can do.
Guess I'll just have to attack the Druid.
What one of them is going to do is the one that you can see that comes around the corner is going to take his hands and just hit them against the ground, and vines will begin to grow across the ground and pull their way up the walls. Fallon, go ahead and make me a strength saving throw.
This is the time.
You're great at those.
I'm great. I don't have a -1 to strength. I don't want to roll this. Haha, that's fine. That's an 18 with the -1 taken off.
As these vines grow around you, you feel them grasping around your ankles, and you pull free before they can restrain you. You are not
good.
restrained, which is good to know. Let's see here. And
Yay.
Fallon, as the one in the hallway, you can hear coming from the staircase behind you a singular set of feet running up. Okay. With that, we're back up to the top of initiative. Murtog, you're in the room. There's one Vine Blight.
You got this, right? I say to Penance,
Wolfie.
and I run past Fallon to the other Druid.
Technically, you're still in melee. The other one, are you going to take the opportunity attack?
Yep.
Okay. That's going to actually be 17 plus 4. It's a 21. That is also an auto grapple as well. Let's see here. So
That's
gonna
annoying.
Be 5 points of bludgeoning damage to you as as another one gets its.
As it's my turn, can I get out of the grapple?
Yes, you can.
I haven't taken an action yet or anything.
Correct. You can absolutely do that. It's escape DC 12 if you want to go.
22.
22? Yeah, easily enough. It grapples you. You pull its vines off and begin to run out towards Fallon.
Was that an action or what was that?
Because of how well you succeeded, I'm going to say that was a bonus action.
Okay, cool.
Because you succeeded over 20. I'll give it to you.
How much damage did I take?
You took 5 total.
That's not great. I'm on 21. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that Druid and hit him in the face.
Okay. Fallon, are you letting Murtog switch places with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I occupy the same space? I'm small.
You can occupy the same space. Never mind. Yeah, that's totally fine. Fallon, you don't have to move or risk an opportunity attack. Yeah, go for it. Make the attack roll.
22.
22. Yeah, that'll definitely hit. Roll damage.
That's 10 points of slashing damage.
Fuck yeah! You just run up and fully, with your sword into the side of this thing. Still alive, Druid. Still around. but you know, that is what it do be. Speaking of Fallon, by the way, hey Fallon, you're up.
Yeah, I'm. So there was footsteps coming up the stairs as well as the. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so there's the
Maybe
one druid. How many blights?
How many blights? You can currently see 2. You can see one that just did the hand thing and one more in the hallway. You didn't
Maybe
hear
step out of melee.
any other blights coming up.
Just get back.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back and also.
Are you going to use your action to disengage so that you don't have to take an opportunity attack? Because there's always the chance they'll miss, but you never know.
If you want to risk the opportunity to attack, I got you if they hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
If they hit you, I have a thing to cover your ass.
Cool. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna step out of melee and also cast Chill Touch on the druid and basically just like tighten the hand around their neck.
You don't even need to worry about it, Murtog, because that was a total
Spicy.
of a 7.
Sweet, I get to keep my cloud ring.
Yeah,
Nice.
you cast Chill Touch once more. Go for the attack roll.
Oh, really? Yeah, D8.
We'll roll to hit first.
That fully
D20 plus the
Okay.
attack bonus.
good because this fully just went across the room. That is an 18.
That is an 18?
Oh.
Okay.
I get that giant my way on that attack.
Oh,
I do one damage.
give me just a moment. I'm having lag issues. One moment. I am trying to figure out why the stream is suddenly lagging. Okay, I think... Go ahead and talk real quick, everyone.
Hello, check 1 2.
Okay, yeah. Video's
Hello,
still a little
check
choppy,
1 2.
but audio is caught up. Okay. Yeah, we can keep going.
Okay.
I just wanted to... I noticed that
yeah,
we were
I did-
robotic.
I did an additional 1 slashing damage from my giant's might.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Fallon, what was the roll to hit?
Roll hit was 18.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
That's an 8, baby!
That's an 8. With the 1 from the Giant's Might, that's exactly enough to kill. So you have a moment where
Fuck
the first
yeah.
hand dissipates, and right at that moment, the second hand fully goes, and as it goes to grasp the throat, all of the flesh that was there disintegrates into gray dust as the head tumbles and rolls. Yeah, that's pretty fucking great. All right. With that, where are you stepping?
Oh, we're at the third door, right?
Yes, you are at the third door, and they are in front of the fourth door, and there are 2 other doors, and then the staircase you can hear someone running up.
No, wait, no, the fourth door's behind us.
Yeah, so you guys came from the staircase. First door, second door. Third door is the one that has the printing press and stuff in it, where you are currently at that one. Murtog is to the side of it. Vine Blight, fourth door, L-shaped move around, and second Vine Blight.
Okay. And is there someone coming up the stairs
Up
as
the
well?
stairs you came up.
Cool. Just moving, like, into the cover of the doorway?
Okay, if you want to move into
So
the
I'm not-
room. Yeah, absolutely.
Not like... Yeah, just, like, barely inside the door, so
Okay,
if
I'll give
anything...
you 3/4 cover from anyone who's not
Yeah.
in the doorway. So they'd either have to get past Murtog, or they'd have to come from that staircase into the room.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, that's going to be the Vine Blight that is still in the room up against Penance, and it's going to make an attack at Penance. That's going to be 20 to hit, unnatural.
Definitely hits.
And it's max damage. Heck yeah. That's 8 points of bludgeoning damage as it takes its vines and just starts to squeeze your wolf form.
You don't have to sound so happy about it, Aaron.
I don't have to, but I am. Because I've been rolling like shit. Let's see here. So, yeah, that's 8 points, and you are restrained, but that's its turn. Next up is Penance. So if you want to take your turn, Penance, and destroy this thing.
Break the grapple.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. You
Can
can either break the grapple or attack it. Because your
gonna
attacks
try and
aren't at
attack it.
disadvantage or anything. They're just normal attacks.
Yeah, then definitely. I would like to attack with
Go
my
for it.
flowers, please.
100%.
Papa. The first one is a 16.
Okay, yep, that'll hit. Oh,
Immy,
Fallon, did you have a hand up?
No, this was just gonna be. I need to run to the loo really quickly,
Oh,
but I
yeah,
didn't want to
go
like
for it.
interrupt
No, go
anything.
for it.
Oh no!
We need like a hand signal, like a, and that's like I'm leaving to go take a shit, you know, just.
Okay, I'm going now.
That's only true for half of this group. All right, so Penance, you destroy. What was the attack roll again? I forgot. I apologize.
The first one was a 16.
Okay. Yep.
So that would be 3 plus 5 again damage, so that's
8 points of damage. Sounds good. You fully are going for that same rip the chest out mentality. What's the second attack?
Natural 20.
Nice.
Roll your damage.
That is a 2 plus 5, 7, so 14.
14. Okay. Well, it's the 2 is doubled and then plus the 5, so it'd be 4 plus 5, which would be 9. But with all that, you grab the first one and then it starts to like make this awful noise where it's like a fluttering of vines in the wind, and you just take your full claw and spear it through the middle of the head like Omni-Man style. And you, it fully just crumbles to the ground, dead.
Think, Blight, think!
Yes, is that? What's another 17 years? I can always make another blight.
Next up are the newer vine blights that are in the hallway with Murtog. The one that did the hand thing, I'm gonna see if it gets that back. It does. But what it's going to do is it's gonna run up to you and make an attack roll. That's a miss. And then the second one can't currently get to you because they can't share space. After their turn, the third druid, Murtog, you turn your tower shield defending on one side, and you look behind you, and there is another animalistic-looking person. This one, a man with a full, thick, like not long beard, but just thick, with black hair that's kind of matted against his head. Large canines as he's running almost feline style up the stairs, hands fully hitting each step. But in one of his hands, you see he has this gnarled wooden staff that's almost exuding this black, awful magic. As he runs,
That's the one.
As he runs up, it's he's going to, let's see here. He's gonna run up and he's gonna shillelagh the shit out of you.
Bring it, bitch.
Give me a second. I gotta Google the thing real quick.
Shalelag.
Shillelagh.
Like,
Shillelagh. Let's see here.
Ooh, we have a Fallon back.
You do have a Fallon back, which is very nice. Okay. So what it's going to do is he is going to take his shillelagh and he's gonna roll to hit you. That is going to be a 19. 15 plus 4.
Fuck you.
Fuck me.
You.
Fuck me. Equals the damage. Yeah. Okay. What's up?
I'm gonna guess I'm not allowed to call Cloud Ruin until once I've heard the damage. I have to declare it before, right?
Yes.
It isn't specified,
it's after
but
the attack, then it's before damage.
There's no other druids in the room or anything, is there?
Currently, you can't see any other druids.
I'm not gonna waste it on a Vine Blight. I'm gonna take the hit.
This isn't a Vine Blight hitting you. This is the druid who.
I know. I'm not. I want to wait so I can divert a Vine Blight onto this guy.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, that's gonna deal. He actually rolled minimum damage, so that's gonna be with his spell thing. That's gonna be 3 points of bludgeoning damage. As you see, his staff cover itself in vines that immediately wither and decay as he smacks you with it.
Glad I didn't waste my Cloud Rune.
Yeah. Next person up is going to be Murtog.
Cool. Right. I'm going to bonus action Second Wind to begin with. Which I get 6 plus 3. I get 9 points of healing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna smack the shit out of this little bitch boy.
Go for it. Go for it.
That's an 18 plus 7, that's a
Hits.
25. That is a 6 on my Giant's Might and a 4 on the standard attack, which is plus 7. So 4 plus 7 is 11 plus 6 is 17 points of slashing damage.
God, fuck. Yeah, you fucked this guy up.
Rune Knights are the fucking shit, man.
Okay, let's see here. Okay. With that, that's your turn. Fallon, you up. There's a guy in the doorway. You can see him. He's got, the first thing you notice is this evil-looking staff that is in his hands that he's been beating the shit out of Murtog with. What are you doing?
So he's in the doorway.
Yes.
Okay. So did he come from the stairs? Obviously, came from the
Yeah, he
stairs.
came
Yeah.
from the stairs. You guys came up.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
My mind is blanked on all of my abilities.
While you're working on
I'm
that,
gonna-
Penance, you're on deck.
I'm just gonna firebolt him.
Go for it. You are technically in melee with him at the
Nice.
moment, so you are going to have disadvantage on the firebolt. Because ranged
Ooh.
attacks have disadvantage in melee, unfortunately.
Can you just, like, step back?
Could. You will
Well,
have half
that's
cover
opportunity.
against... Yeah, you'll have an opportunity attack, but you'll have half cover against it because of the doorway.
So your AC goes up by, like, a
2.
bunch.
With half cover is 2.
Yeah.
How are you feeling lucky? That's the
I'm
question
not
you gotta
feeling
ask yourself.
lucky. Question.
Okay, so you can either take
Feel lucky.
disadvantage on the attack, or you can step back. Or if you have like a dagger or something, you just stab him.
Oh, I have a dagger. I'll just stab him. I
Okay.
forget I have weapons.
Yeah, you do.
Stab him.
Okay. Yeah, you do so.
Just stab.
Yeah, you make an attack roll. That's going to be plus your dexterity and proficiency bonus. So if you have dagger on your sheet, it should just be the to hit.
Yeah.
I'll cast a mains. We
That's
don't
fine.
use
What's
the
your,
weapons.
what's your
There we
dex?
go.
Dex mod.
My dex mod is +2.
Okay, so you'll have a
So
plus
it'd be
4
plus
to
4
hit.
to hit.
You both talked at the same time.
It's a plus 4 to hit.
Sorry.
God damn it.
I'm gonna
We're
I'm
done.
gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up.
One of you decide! So
Burrty,
d20
you
plus 4.
Yes. Also, Burrty, you've been slowly migrating out of your video frame. Just letting you know.
Yeah, sorry. I forgot I like to lean this way so much.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so at disadvantage, the roll was a 12, so 16.
Okay, and then roll a d4 plus your dexterity mod. So d4 plus 2 for damage.
4, baby! So 6.
So 6. Okay. Yeah, you
Nice.
take your dagger and just reach around the corner and stab into him, and he just
it's me.
fully like whelps. And yeah, you do so. Yep. What do
At
you do?
the... I was just saying, at the same... Has he seen me before?
This guy?
Has he noticed me? Yeah.
I don't think he's turned around at this point yet, like to fully like look at you. Because he's mostly
Cool.
engaged in combat with Murtog, and he was just gonna like take a swipe if he saw something move out of his way.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stab him. Obviously still looking like the first druid.
It's valid.
And then say...
Stab.
Just gonna stab him. And then say in... What language do I have? I don't know if this will work. I'm gonna say in Sylvan, you should go back downstairs.
No. Stay up here.
Oh no, actually, I'm gonna say you shouldn't have come upstairs.
That's valid.
So I'm gonna say.
Never have come
Well, good
here.
stuff. Good to know. With that, that's going to be the end of Fallon's turn, and Penance, you are up.
Hey, hi, Aaron.
Yeah, what's up? What are you
I
doing?
have a feature.
Yeah.
Of the Lycan has a feature called Bloodlust. When I start a round with 15 HP or lower, I have to
Oh,
roll a
fuck.
DC 8 Wisdom save.
DC 8, you're fine. You got this. Let's do this.
Hold on, don't you get resistance to non-silver damage?
That's later, I believe. I don't believe that's out
Fuck.
the gate.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll it. What was it?
4!
4! I'm gonna roll at random to see which of the two creatures currently in your line of sight you're gonna attack. Because there is a Fallon
First
and
player kill is gonna be
and there is a
party
Druid.
kill.
Odds you're gonna hit. No, actually, we'll go 10 or lower will be Fallon. 11 or higher will be the Druid. That is an 18.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna say Fallon is very squishy.
But you also
right
regained
now.
some hit points, right?
I
Me?
think so. I was
Is
looking.
that later? That might be later. I'll have to look it up. Give me a second.
It's Twist road directly towards the nearest creature. Use attack action against creature. Determine target's random with a person. If you're unable to concentrate, you automatically fail this saving throw.
Yup. That's definitely a thing. So yeah, you go fully to attack that guy.
Okay. Whee! Okay, thank Christ. Because that's unarmed with claws. That is 23.
That hits. Roll damage.
No doubt, no doubt. That's a 5 plus 5, which is a 10.
Yeah, there's a moment where Fallon stabs into this guy, and he looks back, and it's the face of his compatriot Druid, and he's terrified. And at that moment, Fallon, you feel a claw graze past your face, not caring about your well-being, and just fully reach around his face and crunch his head in its hand. As you look over at Penance, and Penance's eyes, the pupils so heavily dilated and just searching for things to kill. So, yeah. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's gonna be Penance, unless Penance you want to use your bonus action for anything else. Oh, as that happens, by the way, the staff clutters to the floor.
Take the staff.
I think bonus action. I take the staff.
Okay, and that's what you're gonna do?
Yeah, the voice of Murtog, God, comes into my head. It's like, take the staff. I'm like,
Okay, you pick up the staff. You have the staff in your hand. It is a heavy piece of wood.
yep, that's all I'm gonna do.
Sounds good. All right, so
Oh, wait, I should have broken it. Damn it!
let's see here. With the third druid gone, it's the new Vine Blight's turn. Only one of them can really get at Murtog. It's gonna attack, that doesn't hit. Murtog, you up? You have seen what is going on with Penance.
Can I cut that staff in half?
Penance, are you how are you holding the staff?
I'm holding it like I'm going to hit something with it.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, Murtog, I'm gonna
stick.
give it an AC of 12.
I mean, I'd like to imagine, like, because I'm swinging at you, essentially, you would go to block, and that would give me an easy nice to just click.
I don't know that the current state of Penance is one that has that thought process.
14 to hit.
14? Roll your damage.
That's a 12 plus 7. That's between both dice, 12, and then plus 7 is 19 points of damage.
Why do you have plus 7 damage? I feel like that's wrong.
I have plus 5 from strength, and I have plus 2 from dueling.
That's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you have this moment where you see the staff, and you just thunk, take your sword, and it slides right through the middle of the staff, embedding in the wall behind it. And there's this moment where everything for a second goes dead silent. And then there is this awful...
We didn't hear that, but the stream did.
The stream definitely heard it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. This awful screeching noise as the staff shatters fully, its two halves crumbling to dust. And every light that you can see, those of you looking out the window who can see the hundreds outside, within 300 feet of the staff, crumbles into dust.
Nice.
However, we are not done with initiative, because there is in fact a bloodlust werewolf in your midst. So we need to pop back in to initiative order. But Murtog, that was your attack.
Okie doke. I don't have any bonus actions worth talking about, so that's me.
Fallon, you're within 5 feet of a werewolf that has just crushed a man's skull between their fingers. What are you doing?
Maybe get behind me.
Technically, it's Penance is between the two of you.
Yeah. Does Penance... How does Penance look?
Not
Is it
good.
like...
Not
good? Is it like something we could snap them out of?
No. This is a kind of looking into the eyes of this creature. It's the kind of rage that the bloodlust that comes with being injured. You either heal them or knock them all the way the fuck out. It's one or the other.
Okay.
What are you doing?
So...
But you currently do not hear any other druids or vine blights coming.
That's good. However, angry werewolf. I really need to knock them the fuck out.
Do you have sleep or anything?
No, the closest I have is charm person, which I don't think would help right now.
What are you doing? Come on.
I don't know. I literally don't know what to do.
Well, you got a few seconds.
I know. I know. I've got a few seconds. This is maybe extreme. Chill touch.
Go for it. Okay. Yep. 100%.
It's the most damage I can do in one.
Disadvantage
go.
because you're in melee.
Yep, that's fine.
If you can do a bit of damage, I can get him all the way out.
Yeah, but Penance's turn is in between our turns is the thing, so.
Yep.
That's fine.
So
I get to roll the wisdom. Do I get to roll the wisdom save again?
You get to roll it at the beginning of each of your turns.
okay, so this could work.
And that lasts for the 1 round until they are either healed or knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. So at disadvantage, that is, oh my god, maths. 14.
Not gonna hit.
Okay.
Yep. So-
I don't have any bonus actions.
That's Fallon's turn. Penance. Roll that whiz save.
You fuck me again. Okay. Time a 10 total.
That succeeds the DC. You have this round to yourself as you fight with the creature inside of you for dominance. What are you doing with your 1 round?
With my 1 round?
Bash your head against the wall.
Yeah, with my my 1 round, genuinely, I might just, raises the claw up if they're gonna go strike at Fallon,
Okay.
and it's just completely gone, and then just pulls it back and grabs the head and just whacks it against the wall as hard as I can.
Okay. Sounds good. I will say, there is something you could do to do a fuckload of damage to yourself, and it's an ability that you have.
What can I do, Aaron?
You can activate your blood right and then attack yourself, both of which will deal a fuckload of damage to you.
I looked it up. I already used my blood curse. Can I use my blood right?
Yeah, your blood right you can absolutely use. Your crimson right you can use just as many times as you need to, but it's going to
they're
decrease
2 different
your
things.
hit points. Yeah. So your crimson right.
Oh, excellent. Then
Yeah.
yes, I will use my
Ooh,
crimson
what's-
right.
Okay, you take a moment and draw your claws up your arm, just soaking them in blood for a moment, and they begin to spark with lightning. And you are going to go ahead and you take 3 points of damage from activating the blood right, which will drop you down to 12. And then you're gonna bash your face into a wall.
If I can, instead,
you can use your.
I might just dig in.
Yeah, you can do either. Either one.
I'm trying to knock
No,
you
I'm
out.
trying-
I'm not trying to cut you or anything.
trying to knock myself out. I'm gonna do the wall. We'll do the wall.
That's going to be an improvised weapon. So go ahead and roll an attack roll. At advantage because you're hitting yourself, and you can't fail to hit. It's just I want to see if you nat 20 yourself.
Okay, that's fine. Got a 19 and an 11.
Okay, so we're going to take the 19. Go ahead and deal the 1d4 bludgeoning damage from the wall, 1d4 bludgeoning damage or lightning damage from your Crimson Right, and then plus your strength modifier.
So that's the first one is a 3.
Okay.
And is another 3.
Okay, 6 total plus 1. That's going to be 7. Okay.
7.
So you've taken 10 damage over the course of this turn. So you see Penance at this point, the claw, rake it up their own arm, and then just take their head and slam it into a wall. Fully like... Oh, actually, I have to roll for the wall. I forgot that the wall took a lot of damage. I'm going to roll a DC 10 con
We're
save
about
for
to destroy
the
this
wall.
man's house.
That's a fail?
How many...
So, Penance, can you roll a dexterity saving throw for me?
Sure
How
thing,
many-
bruh.
How many hit points does the wall have?
It had 2.
It's a 9 total.
Okay, so at that moment, I rolled the percentage to see how bad it would be in terms of the ceiling coming down. Penance takes their head, slams it into the side of the door frame, and Murtog, you look up as you see crack, 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 as the ceiling onto Penance as you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
This is not how I thought the first player death would go, but that is hilarious.
Because I forgot about the
death
2
roll
thunder
still.
waves that it took. I'm honestly debating because there's a thing in this area. No, that's it. That's you guys are level 4. Fuck that. You guys level from this encounter. Fuck it. We will be back next Saturday. Level 4 characters. That was ridiculous. But before we leave, we've got a couple of things that we want to do. Like the first thing we like to do. Let me make it. Oh god, it's so. Wait, let's do. Here we go. Ooh. Heck yeah, do some chamber music. Ooh. That was a fun end to the session. But what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go through each of our players in case you have any projects or anything you guys want to shout out. Anybody, any of your friends that you want to give a shout out to, like other people who do projects, go for it. And then we'll do the roll to see where we raid, and we'll pop out of here. So, Penance, you're up first. Anything you want to plug about yourself or people you know or projects that you will want to support, stuff like that?
Hi, I'm Val. I'm also known as the Nerdy Niffler on the TikTok, the Twitters, and the Instagrams. I'm also on an actual play podcast called Tankers and Treasures that comes out every Monday. And my friend makes leather-bound journals called Ladybird Bindings, and they're really cool, and they're just a really nice dude. And they makes really pretty book bindings. So go check them out on Twitter. And also go check out SHISAM. We have Chester. That's right, I can plug SHISAM too.
That sounds
I'm
like a
plugging
plan.
SHISAM.
Thank you.
You're a
Val.
company member now, you have to.
Hell yeah, it's in your contract.
In the contract I signed.
With that, Immy, is there anything you want to plug at the end of today's stream?
My socials are Immy Claire on the TikTok, Twitter, and the Instagram. And that's a lie, my Instagram is Imaging Claire. If you want to go follow me on there, I make cosplay content and other content occasionally. That's it from me. Also follow SHISAM socials.
Hell yeah, which is at ShowIsAMimic on Twitter?
Yes.
And then from there you
At
can get to the
ShowIsAMimic
rest
on
of the
Twitter,
socials.
and then, yeah. It's
I
also
believe
at
we're This Show
ShowIsAMimic
is
on
a Mimic.
TikTok.
I believe, aren't we This Show is a Mimic on TikTok?
We are the ShowIsAMimic on TikTok.
Yeah.
We have the full one. Burrty, you got anything?
Yeah, I'm Burrty the Bard on social medias, mainly TikTok, and I mainly just do SHISAM. But Immy and I are both company members over at an online theatre company called Cloud Theatrics, if you want to check that stuff out.
Cloud Theatrics is pretty dope. It's pretty cool. Burrty works on a lot of stuff over there, and Immy makes the thing work. Immy makes it work. Yeah. And then there's just me, at Obsidian Olive, pretty much everywhere. I'm Aaron. Hi. I run this on the internet, and that's pretty much the only thing I do anymore. However, I do want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine who has a thing going right now. My good buddy, Adam, also known as at Mr. Adup on every social media, if you want to go check him out. He is a cosplayer and is currently doing a fundraise thing to get himself into being able to cosplay the new Captain America, and I want to throw him out there because he does a lot of really cool content, and I love him a lot, and I wanted to throw his thing out. Other than that, I got a couple of people to throw on the raid list. Anybody else got some people to throw on the raid list?
I'm guessing Twee is already on there.
So, yeah, so I got on the raid list currently.
Somewhere Bound.
Okay, Somewhere Bound, Twee, ADH Adventures, and Grim Songbird are currently there. If anyone wants to throw anyone else on the list, we can go for it.
I don't think I follow
no.
anyone else.
Okay.
No.
Let us roll a d4.
Also, if you like Curse of Strahd, you should check out Denkles on TikTok because he made a cover of Welcome to the Internet called Welcome to Barovia that me and Aaron helped him write.
I was about to say, I'm about to play the Soviet Russia theme because we made. But you did a lot of the lyric work. Which I'm
But
very
he
proud of.
made it.
He did
He
make
made the thing.
I did
We helped him
post-production.
write it.
That was fun.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. That is going to be a 1. That is Somewhere Bound. We're going to go ahead and raid Somewhere Bound. Raid. And it's
Where bound?
somewhere-
Somewhere bound.
Somewhere, and it's just the
Where?
word somewhere and the word bound together, right?
Yep, that's correct.
SOMEWHERE bound?
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. We're going to go ahead and raid them. Goodbye, everybody. We will see you next Saturday at the same time. Yay! Wait for it. Wait for it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye. And